Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of MMM. Um, Before we begin, announcements as usual. First and foremost, you should check out Rime of the Frost Maiden this Wednesday and every other subsequent Wednesday. Um, that's DM by Sharp and featuring a number of players that are super cool. And also check out Fandalva on Sundays, DM by Griz here, featuring a number of us players. Because they're super cool, fun series, and you should watch them because they're fun. Um, Apart from that, follow us on the socials. You know what they are. If you don't, type in stuff in the chat or look in the description. They'll be there. Um, and that's it. That's all we've got for today. So, is everyone ready to play?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Let's go.
Sure.
So previously on Emoris, you guys, the Silver Goats had traveled back to Thyra's tribe, deciding that it would be easiest to make your way to half-orc from there instead of Rakrovi. Catching up with some friends and family, you decided to attempt to return Pout Pout to their true form, which you successfully did, unknowingly releasing a succubus into Thyra's house. And upon realizing that she wasn't immediately hostile, a conversation ensued about some of the details of the cakery that might be pertinent in future, before Kiva was alerted to the presence of such a devil, and you decided colloquially to send her back to the Nine Howls, and you went on your way. Using the last usage of your rock whistle, you found yourself traveling into the desert, and going into the city in the middle of Kaseri, where you met with Councilman Duel, who informed you of what he surmised or suspected to be a dungeon that he thought would hold another one of the orbs that has been so intrinsically linked with your group, underneath of Lake Ashal, and that you would be heading there along with him and a fellow council member, being the Lady Ophisis Kaifine. And you did that the following day, finding yourselves with a new person tagging along as well, sort of last minute, the Monarch of Kaseri, Rudger Yator. And as you began your teleportation, that is where we left off. So, as you feel the familiar sensation of your atoms beginning to stretch, it's different here because you're not crossing planes. So there is a sort of stronger sense of vibration from within you as you find your vision suddenly being surrounded by this like vibrant white light, and you're almost blinded for a few seconds. And as your sight begins to recover, the change in temperature hits you first. In half-orc in the desert, it's pretty hot all year round, essentially. This place is colder. It's not crazy cold, and you gather you probably still are in Kaseri. But there is a slight chill to the air around you. Some of you who aren't wearing shoes, notably Thyra, would
I wear
immediately as well.
shoes.
Pretty
I
sure you
wear
said you
boots.
don't wear shoes.
Yes, I do. Corianne didn't wear shoes. Thyra
Well-
wears boots.
Free doesn't wear shoes, because Free's got hooves. So Free, you immediately notice as your feet touch cold grass that is slightly damp and slightly frostbitten. There doesn't appear to be a large casing of snow, but the temperature does seem to, fleck the blades here, wherever you are. And as your vision returns, you open your eyes to see this massive, like immense lake, miles and miles long, with these like shining blue waters that reflect the gently overcast sky. It's chilly, but you feel comfortable enough. It's slightly warmer than the tribe was. As you stare out on towards the gentle water, you realize you are standing on this outcropping of grass and dirt that sort of stands up and looms over the lake, maybe about 30 feet above it. Let me drag you guys over to the brief picture that I drew. As you stand here with your new party, Silver Goats, what would you like to do?
King, wanna jump in? Go first.
He sort of looks at you. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I'm afraid I can't yet breathe underwater. I believe that's what you were here for, Your Highness.
I mean, but if Izzy wants to jump into the lake, that's...
I mean, I like swimming. It's fun.
Oh, I wonder if I can catch any fish here. Might have bass or... Oh, man. Izzy, you want to try out Kev's rod? I don't think he'll mind.
How about I look at the three very powerful, important people, but like, how about afterwards?
Right.
Yeah.
Isabel.
Aye?
Your magical bag is waterproof, correct?
It's... probably?
Can I put a few things in there?
Sure, it's empty right now.
Wonderful. You know what? She's gonna plop her bag in there except for her flute. Yeah, because that's the only thing she needs to fight, because she doesn't have a weapon.
Hurrah!
You should take your potion that...
And the potion, yes, that would be in her little belt.
We're gonna get you a knife. I'll get you some knives. Just be like, just in case.
She's losing them. I think there's 3 daggers she's lost or forgotten about now.
Dara's gonna stuff 2 blank journals in there.
Oh, and the yellow diamond, just in case we need an earth elemental for some reason.
Sure, anything that in the water, please put in the bag. It's magical. It will be fine.
She's got a pocket of diamonds and...
I'll put my alchemist supplies and a lantern that I have.
500 pounds, up to 500 pounds in here.
Yes, Thara's gonna use her Axe of the Matriarch and in the ground, just gliding it across, starting to make like different like druidic ruins. And after about 10 minutes, is everybody ready?
Actually, while she was casting that, can Free pull Jewel aside if he'll let her?
Sure, he'll allow it.
Alright. She'll get far enough away that the group really can't, interrupt right away. She will look at him and bow politely. And I know the others haven't said it for many things, but I want to thank you for everything you did in Keijo. The girl you let us take away and save. She's happy now. She's free of her contract, no collar. That means more to me than I can even express. The place that Game bought her from is, as I mentioned, the cakery. They're both a brothel and a slavery. So...
He sort of, is tugging gently at the small goatee that he has as he listens to you. Sort of nods at the mention. I've heard only brief instances of tales from this place. Doesn't sound like somewhere you want to end up. So, least I could do.
And, as well for helping us get Wade back. I didn't realize how much that meant then, but thank you.
Of course, you're repaying it right now.
Perhaps.
You
do understand what you're getting into with this orb, right?
Well, it will be much safer with us in the council where it can be fortified and protected than in some cave somewhere. If I know about it, they'll know about it too.
And this is just to keep it safe?
Of course.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
I know that he's also probably very charismatic, but let's try this. 25.
Councilman Duel is a difficult person to read at the best of times. Not necessarily because he's deceptive, but because he's just so cold to everyone and everything around him. His tone here and his body language don't seem to indicate a lie anywhere. You suspect, because of his arcane prowess and position of power in Kaseri, he probably has his own arcane motives to do with it as well. But you get the sense that he's being truthful when he says he doesn't want to get it into the hands of the Scorched Right, and it is for the betterment of everyone that he wants to take it away. He doesn't appear to be lying to you.
Okay, that's the important part.
So the things going in this bag, they're gonna stay safe, dry?
I've never taken it underwater before. I assume so.
Pulls out the white blanket and puts it in there.
That's very cute.
It'd be for
Imagine
the
you got
bag
the
becomes
children's
full of
book.
500 pounds of water.
Yeah, who knows? I don't know how these things work. I just bought it. Alright.
So,
Oh, speaking of water, Izzy,
Aye.
need your friends that we met back in wherever we met them at. I don't know what whatever the fuck that town was.
outside
Village.
of Craddock.
Craddock?
Yeah, Craddock.
Aye.
We met outside of Craddock. They did take something of mine. I'm not too upset about it. I'm not that impressed, but I
What'd
just
they
figured
take?
I'd let you know. That decanter that I got.
Good for them.
Like I said, I'm not exactly mad. I'm more impressed, but I figured you'd like to know. That way, you'd know that they are still keeping up with their old ways, as it were, I suppose.
Well, I'll yell at them for you. It's fine.
If you recall correctly, they were impressed when you brought it out to Splash Isabel. After that, they just took
Oh
it.
yeah, I know.
So, Free and Duel regain with the group not long after, as Thyra finishes up her ritual spell.
Okay.
The lady does not benefit from the spell. She can already breathe underwater.
Oh, good
But
for her.
everyone else can now commence your water breathing activities for the next day.
Mhm.
Alright, so I'm gonna hazard a guess in that there's probably going to be some traps or some such whenever we get down to the bottom of this lake. So with that being said, does anyone have any objections to me kind of leading the way to try and find anything that might be dangerous or blocking our path? Because I
Really
have a very
stay
keen eye
in
for this
first.
type of thing, and I can disarm them rather easily, in theory.
We could just send the king first and see what kills him.
Let's
Isabel.
not do that.
Like raises an eyebrow over to you, kind of gives you a look.
Yeah, no, that's fine to Lakean. I think that makes sense.
We get to where we think we might be getting a little closer to it. I've got, I can try and locate it using some magic. I've
Probably
seen
help as well.
before.
And I'll hit things with the old sword. And I pat the sword I stole from Birdie.
I was going to ask about this. Has anyone fought underwater before?
Oh yeah, tons of times. I tossed around with a few gators. They drag you under every once in a while.
How does... I'm not sure you would have used magic, but magic versus weaponry work?
Lady
I'm assuming-
Kaifine also speaks up and says, I have also fought underwater before. As far as I have recalled, magic seems to work fine.
You fight gators? You go gator hunting?
No. In my childhood, I fought many a thing.
A
Huge
crocodile.
frightening.
That must have been like 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
No, it was probably closer to 100.
Why
I'm a
would
would
it
you
sea
have that?
elf.
Sea elf.
I was getting ready to ask if any of us know what race she is.
It's not. She's not hiding it. The pointed ears come out
Yeah.
by the hair.
Well, if we do get into a fight, if you're near me at the beginning, I can give everyone a boon to make sure any healing that goes your way is maximized. AKA, she can use Beacon of Hope if you're within 30 feet of her.
Yep. Yup.
You know,
Which
alligators.
is wisdom, death savings, and full health.
Gators, they actually can go in salt water for up to a few hours. You know, sometimes you see them out there in the ocean, but it's usually
There are
to get.
saltwater alligators. You know that, right?
I don't know that.
They live in the ocean too.
There are. Yeah.
Well, this
Just like
is
they're
news
fresh-
to me.
Yeah, there are crocodiles and alligators out there. Depends where you are.
Oh,
Yeah.
weird.
Well, shall we go?
I mean, we could listen to us talk to Wade about things for 20 minutes, like a lot of people do.
Lakian dives in.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me, Lakian.
But
I
I'm
can
not
do
done my
that.
Wade tangent.
That's a 15.
It's a decent sized splash, but Lakian goes in.
I'm just gonna walk into the water. It shouldn't bother me.
You are up of it, maybe 30 feet or so. So
I
you will
mean,
have to jump
I'm
off
not-
unless you want to
Yeah, that's
walk around. Sure, everyone who's jumping off, go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Should we set up like a rope swing?
I don't think we have time for that.
Is there a tree nearby?
There are trees nearby.
Yeah, look at these two big ones right here.
All three of the NPCs make their jumps with relative ease. You see, the monarch actually puts his hand on Duel's back and pushes him in. The Duel makes the most of it,
Yes.
and then goes to try and run in. And he, who is in full plate armor, it's kind of like dropping an anchor. He just runs and makes it fair distance off of the little platform that you're on, and then just.
I got a 17.
I'm just gonna summon my spider legs and crawl down the side of the cliff.
I got a natural 20 for a 26.
Ooh,
awesome. So, Izzy, what you get?
I'm not jumping in. I just like sprout my spider legs and just climb down the side.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
So everyone apart from Izzy and Wade make their way in pretty gracefully. Isabel just sort of latches over the side and begins climbing down. Wade, you go ahead and jump, and you try and fall into like a pencil dive and try and make your body as straight as possible, but you are having trouble righting yourself in the air. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as you basically go horizontal, and it's like hitting concrete on the way down.
Belly flop. I have legit actually hit a belly flop from about that high up before, and it
Yikes.
fucking hurts.
Yes, it does.
Gotta
Yes,
do the
it does.
foon, man. You gotta do the foon.
Ow.
But with that, you all begin to sink slightly as you are now underwater. It is colder in here than it was outside, and immediately the visibility is reduced. It is murky, not the cleanest, but breathable. It's weird to go from an atmosphere where none of you have really been underwater for that long and to the point where you could take a breath. And it is almost like an instinctual hesitation as you go and try and breathe in and water fills your lungs. But it's manageable, and you can survive down here for the next day.
Ugh.
Nice.
Maybe I'll live in the water more often.
I'm not doing that. I would like to say that the spider legs are trying to help us easy swim, just like this weird like giant, weird pointed arm things from her back. It's like,
Told you about general direction we need to go.
From my understanding, towards the center.
of course, right?
Right?
Let's go.
I guess.
Do you know if we need to be a
Over
little more
here.
sneaky about it?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what's in here. So, it's up to you, you're leading.
But the
Okay.
king was a leader.
I'm assuming we're all at half speed if we don't have swimming speeds.
You are all at half speed. The
Yeah.
monarch, notably, is not swimming. He's basically just sunk to the bottom and is walking. It's very hard to swim in full plate armor with a
Yeah,
shield and a
kidding.
long sword.
I'm wearing half plate.
You're having a difficult time as well.
Okay, I'm gonna join the monarch in the bottom, but just use the spider legs.
Sure. So everyone here is at half speed except for Lady Kyphine, who has a racial ability that allows her to get swimming speed.
Nice.
So, you're just going to start making your way towards the center?
Yes.
That's the plan.
Why doesn't everyone give me a marching order? Who wants to go first?
I'll be up front with, I guess, somebody if
Me.
they want to be. Okay.
Are these two going side by side, or is one behind the other?
I'll give him like 15. Not even. Yeah, I'll give him like 15 feet.
Wide or
Feet.
behind? Okay, so Farah behind Lakian.
Yeah, because he said he wanted to kind of go up the front.
Who's after
Yep.
Thyra?
I'll be.
And then Izzy.
Put up the two
I can go last.
party tanks.
So Wade is going last, and Free, you're going fourth. So Duel will tag along next to Free. The Monarch will go next to Thyra. And Lady Kyphine, who has a swimming speed, will go next to Lakian.
Yeah.
The
Oh
willingness to be
yeah, I
adventurous.
get the pretty lady for my companion.
So,
The willingness to be
That
up the front
wasn't-
is a good sign of leadership there.
who are you saying this to?
The monarch. I
Ah.
can't remember his name.
He,
Utol?
Yator. Y-A-T-U-R.
What is it? Why?
Y-A-T-U-R. Yator.
Okay.
He replies and he says, well, it's easier this way. I'm a little bit better up close and personal, and, you know, Duel's better at the back.
I want to say something, but Thyra's oblivious.
Same.
Get
Same.
it on your face.
I wanted to say it too, but I'm just
So,
like, nah.
moving on. I would like for the front four, who are all in close-ish proximity, to make for me perception checks as you go. So that's Kyphine and the Monarch as well.
Not
Easy as well, right?
great.
Izzy, you're a little bit far. You're like in the middle of the group, so you probably won't be able to see that far ahead.
Okay, well, I got an 8 anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It wouldn't
I
matter.
only
12
rolled
for
a
me.
14.
So 14. Lakin didn't do great either. Okay. As you guys walk, you have to stay somewhat low to the ground here because of the way that the two party members are situated, who are heavier, shall we say. And even you, Thyra, are having a little bit more trouble now that color's in your brain. You feel yourself being an awful lot heavier than you were before. Much in the same way that Izzy is a lot heavier than she should be. As you go, the ground itself does sort of slope downwards in this muddy and rocky sort of jaggedness, with a number of plant life and like green matter that just sits there and becomes ever more present as you go on. Something does catch your attention, Thyra, as well as the ladies. As you are going, visibility is limited. It's maybe 30 feet at best with your dark vision, and as you are walking, something enters your peripheral above somewhere. There's this flash of... There's no color here because there is no light, but but something very pale just goes in your peripheral up above and then just disappears somewhere. Not making any noise, but you
Probably
definitely
just-
notice it.
Some kind of a fish. I mean, it's a lake. There's bound to be wildlife. Keep an eye out.
Alright.
Equa, if it gets to the point where it looks like it's more like structured rock, not kind of just like natural rock, I kind of want to be a little bit more investigatory for trying to look for different things like traps or symbols or stuff like that.
Okay.
If it gets to that point, I don't know whether it will, but if it gets to that point, I just want to throw that out there ahead of time.
Okay. Sure thing.
I want to check the
So-
rear.
Check the
Okay.
rear, Wade. Make a perception check for me.
14.
14. Nothing pale shows up in your backside, as it were.
God damn it.
As you turn and look, you being at the back of the group, just give a once-over. There is something, maybe about 30 feet off, just standing there, or floating there, as it were, looking at you. You see something humanoid, but with this long tail on the bottom half, with these thick, like, hefty arms, and this fish-like face, holding what appears to be some kind of metallic trident. It's just watching you, and as soon as you turn and look, it just disappears off.
Fishman. Fishman.
What?
There. I saw a fishman. He was holding a fork. Big fork.
It'd be a mermaid. A merfolk.
I want to look towards Lady Kaifi and just be like, can you make any sense of what he's talking about, or what might be here waiting for us?
There could very well be merfolk here. Merfolk, marrow, some kind of marine hybrid. They have been known to frequent such places as this, and this is by far big enough to house a colony of them.
Hey,
Although, traditionally, they're not quite so pale as the thing that I saw.
so what is the
Should we
big
worry
pale
about
then?
them being hostile? Or
Potentially, we are infringing on their land.
Don't forget,
And
if this
they
is
could-
what it said it is, or what Duel thinks it is, the Watchers
Yes,
could have
yeah,
left
that's
something
true.
behind to protect it.
Exactly.
that is true.
And if Tyda sort of know what happened to you with the one in your village, what about entire colony of things being born around it? Or who knows how long?
And if it's open, it could be anger forging.
Mm.
The monarch pipes up and says, "Stick close together." And sort of begins to shuffle inwards a little bit, as does Duel, to the rest of the group. But you progress onwards. You go on for about another 20 minutes towards the center of the lake. I would like for Aleki and Thyra, again, to make perception checks for me.
Got it.
Oh, that's
Hey,
better.
that's better.
Ooh, boy.
26.
24.
Great. So, both of you being close to the front, see this first. Much in the same way that you were in an outcropping above the lake where you arrived, the ground begins to slope upwards and then cut off. Still surrounded by this plant life, but towards the edge of it, it's sort of becoming a little bit more barren. As you approach the sort of edge, you start to see something show up further on. Some sort of unnatural structure. As you come closer to it and peer off of the edge, you see these 4 very pale, stone-like pillars that just jut straight out of the base of the lake, ending in this pointed, like, diamond spike at the top. Still surrounded in plant life, fish just gently swimming by sometimes. Thyra, you in particular get a really good look at this. Something else, pale and slender, looking down, and as you look up, you get a look at it as it just stays there and then swims off. It appears to be pale white, with this big, like, gaping, open mouth at the front, long tentacles that flow out the back of it, no real body to speak of, along with 3 vertical eyes perforating the top of the head. It just stares and then goes.
I'll describe this to the monarch and Kythine. It looks like a mutated jellyfish.
I see.
Or, if someone took, like... Yes, it looked kind of like a mutated jellyfish with extra eyes.
Do the pillars have chains on them like Thyra described at the pit?
Make a perception check.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask, if there's any similarities to this as what I saw at the pit.
From this distance, it's hard to see, so you'll have to score high. If one of you wants to go down and try and investigate, you can do that.
21.
21. From where you are, with it being murky and kind of distant, it's hard to make out the intricacies, but you don't see any chain-like patterns engraved into the side. Thyra, as you begin looking around the pillars, you hear something sort of creep into the back of your head. Not an unfamiliar sensation, but this one's new and the voice is different, not one that you've heard before. It says, "Well, who are you trespassing in my waters?"
Am I the only one that hears this?
You look around, no one else seems to be reacting.
Is there anything else around me?
Nope. Nothing significant.
Right, there's a voice in my head. There's an unknown voice in my head.
Thyra, what is your greatest desire?
To kill the red man.
The voice returns and says, "Well, the Scorched King, huh? I can see he's done a number on you. I can help you. Tell me what it is you're here for."
I'm here for the thing that'll lure him out.
Maybe I can assist with that.
How is that?
I am powerful enough, and you begin to see that white thing come back down into your peripheral and sort of come eye level with you, but maybe 25, 30 feet away. Go ahead and make a nature check for me, either nature or history. See if you can determine what this is.
Do any of
man,
us
I should have
see
done
this
history.
too?
With your 24 Lakin, you would also see it, so you can also
Okay.
make nature or history.
I would have rolled a history if I would have known that I could have done history. Natural
one anyway wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
17 for me.
You've heard tales of such a creature, a Lakian, with 3 eyes, of a pale white. You suspect this may be a creature generally referred to as an aboleth.
Do I know anything else about said creature?
They are strong.
How big is this thing? Do any of us see it?
At the moment, only the 2 of them see it, as well as the other 2 in front. If everyone's coming up and around Thyra, I will allow perception checks, because it's been a little bit of time.
I mean, Free moved up a bit to get the perception on the chains.
So you probably would also see just the bare grimace of something pale in the vicinity. Alakian, you hear the voice now in your head. What's your greatest desire?
To find the feather knife.
The feather knife. Long gone. Maybe I can help you find that too.
What is it that you want in return?
What I want.
Nothing is one-sided.
I want for you to kneel. Thyra, you hear this too at the same time. I am powerful, close to godhood, and I deserve respect.
I'm gonna turn to Yator. Is that how you say it?
Yep.
You know, this thing. I'm gonna nod to it. I don't think either of us are gonna really like it much.
Why is that?
I don't think you and I are in the business of kneeling.
It's funny that he wants that. Then you hear the voice come to you. Such a shame. And then it disappears.
Well, I don't like that. That's for sure.
Equa, when you get a second, could you DM me how to spell that?
I'll tell you right now.
Name?
Aboleth. Don't look it up.
I'm not going to.
I've thought one of
Abolth.
these before.
Aboleth. Aboleth.
Okay.
I saw one of these at level 1. It's not fun.
Blue, like a
It's
blue,
level
like shark
5.
skin gray. So I was a little confused by the description. So that one.
I mean, it's been underwater, so it probably shriveled up a little
It
bit.
is a pale white.
No, they live in the water. That's where they live.
At this point, you guys hear Duel say, "What did it want?"
For us to kneel.
Typical. Did it help you find what we're looking for?
Do you see it kneeling?
Not currently, but that doesn't mean it didn't give anything up.
No, it didn't.
What are y'all talking about?
Hey, you're acting like Wade before he got Kev out of his brain.
There was some weird creature not too far from us just a moment ago.
Down here, swimming, and
Yes.
it wanted y'all to kneel. That doesn't make no sense. You guys see what I'm talking about? I mean, I assume it had fins. It probably doesn't even know what kneeling is.
It wanted worship, I think.
It
That's a silly
was
fish.
it referred to itself as a god.
Well,
Oh.
Gods typically want people to kneel for them.
Pricks. No offense, Elakin and Wade.
Doesn't matter what it wants. We'll need to get there. Keep an eye out for it.
Like,
And
don't
Duel
make
goes
deals,
and
did it? They're barely
jumps
worth
off
it.
the precipice.
It
It
didn't
also-
feel like he was compelling us to kneel. He just said that he wanted us to.
Yeah, you guys have been offered many deals in the past from a number of different things. I'm not about to make one now. You know when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Another thing to keep in mind, it can read your mind. That's how it got information. So just keep your thoughts close and closed.
It knows what your greatest desire is.
I to try and lead you
Probably.
that way. So, just a heads up. Be cautious. Keep that in mind as we push forward. And I'll start moving forward again. Keeping an even keener eye on surroundings and looking for anything that might look like traps and stuff.
You guys keep going forward,
Mhm.
keeping a pretty good eye out for anything. Bella, you can go ahead and roll perception for me.
That's a 15.
No traps that you can see in the vicinity. As you begin walking through these pillars, you do see that there were 4 immediately there that sort of got darker and somewhat more ominous or foreboding as they went off into the distance. they do continue on past these four. And as you walk further and further into them, you do see some of them have like this kind of slimy exterior to them that is somewhat unnatural and kind of disconcerting to see underwater. The other thing that you see as you continue going on, looking around, another one of those fishmen just watching you as you walk inwards, and another one over there just watching, waiting as you go in.
Okay.
So, are you attempting to go straight through these things?
Excuse me.
Or are you attempting to look for some indication of where you're going?
I'm gonna see if we can figure out. Like, I'm gonna look for any indication of what we're actually looking for here specifically.
Okay.
Trying to find something that way.
Make an investigation check for me.
I can do that. That's 22.
You see, as you inspect some of these pillars, sort of having to wipe this like slimy, viscous material off of them. Some of these pillars do appear to have some sort of engraving or carving on them that doesn't signify an orb or chains. It seems to signify some sort of platform in the center of them that they are constructed around. And doing a little bit of investigation and course correction, you seem to gather the correct distance to where you're going.
Okay.
And you press on. So, you guys continue walking for about another 20 to 25 minutes, seeing that this area does appear to be a settlement of these merfolk creatures. You see small caves and loose structures that appear to have been made into somewhat ramshackle homes. Small collections of these creatures appear to be around, but notably not very many. Maybe like 3, 4, 5 at most you've seen. But just watch you as you go. Not too sure about the people who are coming into their home.
Is it more like cautious, or is it more just kind of curious?
Make an insight check.
Mixture of both. Okay.
Can I tell if we're near the center of the lake yet?
Make an intelligence check.
It's a 17 for my insight.
There is a degree of hostility
Okay.
and nervousness coming from these creatures as they watch you come in. They're not happy about you being here.
Okay.
And you do see some of them sort of like grip harder on their weapons, stick closer together. Some of them
Fair
just
enough.
disperse. So I got a 7. It's difficult to tell. You've been walking for the better part of an hour now. It's hard to tell really where you are. But you push on.
Should we stop and ask for directions? To the
I
center of the lake.
have a feeling that they're not very friendly. But we're just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, the
With
sooner
that
we
being
leave here,
said,
the better.
I have a strong suspicion that we're going in the right direction.
Aye. Follow the spooky shit, right?
Free.
Yes.
At the mention of Thyra asking directions, you hear a voice in your head. What is your greatest desire?
To see the cakery burn.
You hear the voice come into your mind and it says, "You are interesting. This cakery place. I can help that raise to the ground."
I don't make deals. Get out of my head.
Do you speak for everyone here?
I am not answering.
Bold choice. And then it goes.
Fun.
Pushing on a little bit.
I have a
We're
question.
getting in the shit now, boys!
Could Cole hear the conversation in our head too?
Are you asking it?
No, I guess I can.
Okay,
Oh,
Cole
did you-
replies. I did. It was enlightening.
But you didn't know your greatest desire, just mine?
It wasn't addressing me.
Maybe it doesn't know you're there.
Those are my thoughts as well.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You guys continue walking, and Alakian, and also you, Thyra, with your particularly high passive perception, in little time begin to see what appears to be an open clearing, with these smaller pillars that are notably murkier, grimier, that sort of come out the sides. This area has a lot of debris just sitting around, and you've seen the odd bit of, rubbish or trash just thrown and left to age in the water here. But here is a little bit more of a collection. In the center of these 4 smaller pillars, you do see what appears to be a circular, almost platform, maybe about 40 feet wide, that you immediately recognize, Alakian, to probably be what was being referred to here on the pillars.
Does it look like there's any kind of like mantle piece type thing there? It looks like it's supposed to house something, or like a throne there or something like that.
From what you can see, no. It's just this large circular platform.
Do we take a closer look at it?
I think so. Just be cautious. I don't trust it.
So, are you all going up to the platform?
I'm going to be sure to swim above it and kind of try and look down to see if I can see
I'm not
anything in
touching
it.
it.
Okay, so who is going with Alakian?
I'll stay close by, but I'm not going to be like right up there with them.
So the
That
two of
sounds like a
you
terrible idea.
begin
This is
to...
a terrible idea. That's why I'm doing it.
The two of you begin to swim somewhat closer to the platform, Alakian staying vertically above it, Thyra not far behind. As you look down, it too is caked in some sort of grime and muck, but there appears to be some sort of carving or writing on it. Not in a language that you recognize, but there's something there.
And how far away is this mantle thing from where we currently are?
From where you are, since you swam up, maybe 10, 15 feet?
Can I start using like mold earth to kind of like move some of the sediment off of the...
Sure. You go ahead and pull your hand out, and this is a different kind of nature, but good enough for you, and something somewhat comfortable, and you feel the power drawn from it as you release this burst of energy from your hand, and this spray of dirt just... It is now that you see that, Thyra, and look up, and you see a fishman, and 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 sitting in the middle of it, a white figure that's looking down on you, maybe 30 feet away from you, that just says, "Bad choice." I would like, at this point, for everyone
God
to
damn
roll
it.
me some initiative
Woo!
Me anything, you sack of shit.
as we go ahead and jump into this initiative. So, Alakian,
Oh boy.
you would be right about here. Thyra, you'd be probably there somewhat. The rest of you can all put yourselves more or less wherever you would want to. I'll say Kaifim will probably come close enough, but the Monarch and Duel will stay somewhat behind.
Probably be like you're free somewhere.
Sounds about right.
Roll
Oh,
initiative for...
I do like the smug face on the monarch. It's a good touch.
Duel, that's cool.
well, I'm not gonna have a fun time here for a little bit.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Oh, great. I rolled a 12.
Super loud, sorry guys.
And mine.
Second here. So hard to tell what that is. Okay. I'm not using that die because it's busted.
Ace busted. Oh shit. I went there.
Okay. So, they get real bad. 25 to 20.
21.
Nice, free, hell yeah.
That's like unusual.
21. 20 to 15.
Oh no.
Bro.
Oh my lord.
15 to 20? Or 15 to 10, sorry.
12.
Okay.
Izzy also got a 12.
Right.
So,
got a
which one of you two has the higher dex?
I have a higher dex. I got a +3. I think she has a +2, if I'm reading it
+2.
right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Wade.
Dude,
And
sorry,
then Izzy.
little sleepy today.
And then Alakian, you got a 9. Thyra, what'd you get?
9.
Alakian has a higher dex, I'm sure.
Yes.
No. The rogue?
Okay.
No.
So, on top of the round, as we jump in here, Free. You see these things pop up nearby your friends and just look down. What do you do?
Move a little bit forward so she can get Thyra in this. So everyone except for Lakian gets Beacon of Hope.
Awesome. Fantastic.
Where are these things at, Equa? Because I don't see them.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
You see 3 mermaid people right there. You see 3 mermaid people right there. And you see the aboleth right there.
Nice.
Or Filbert Suck Howen. I forget what Suck Howens are.
So, everyone around Free gets Beacon of Hope. And then Free, anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I'm gonna keep that for later. Nope, she moved her 15 feet. She is stuck right there.
Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a rundown of underwater rules real quick. Just so that you know, because I don't think everyone knows. To start with, your movement speed is halved, so you can only move 15 feet. You can move up and down vertically, though, which is great. Ranged weapon attacks are at disadvantage unless you're using crossbow net or a weapon that's thrown, like a javelin. So, like in your bow is a disadvantage. If it's beyond your normal range, which I think is 150 feet, the attack falls off. Melee weapons. Everyone is at disadvantage with melee weapons unless you're using dagger, javelin, short sword, spear, or trident. Or if you have a swim speed, which none of you do. All creatures submerged in water have fire resistance, including you. And there is a homebrew rule that I'm putting in. Because underwater rules have nothing about lightning damage. Which is, if you are using a spell that has lightning damage that requires a dex save, any creature that targets, including the opposition, has disadvantage on the save. So Wade, that will work for you and anyone else who has lightning bolt.
Nice.
That's
So
neat.
we can all get rid of that. After Free's turn, it's the aboleth's go.
Hey.
The aboleth looks down at you, Alakian, and you see the 3 eyes open up and begin to glow. I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Didn't listen to her rule.
That's the 24. Natural
24?
20. Let's go.
Nice.
You feel the aboleth's influence try and take on you, but you've had this before, and you shake it off, not accepting it. It's then going to move up straight to you and just begin glaring down. That's the aboleth's turn. It's now Lady Kyphene's turn. Lady Kyphene is going to hold out her hand towards the big glaring creature, and she's going to cast Phantasmal Force on it. Which I need to look at right now because it's damage. Doesn't do damage. Yeah, okay. So it's going to make a intelligence save. Fails, and it's going to use a legendary resistance to succeed. Lady Kyphine is then going to pull out the heart and strum it. And Lakian, you get Bardic Inspiration, which from her is 1d12.
Hey.
Ooh,
Hey!
Hey.
That's her turn. It's now the Merrow's turn. This one to the left. It'll have to be 40 feet. This one's going to come up to her. Let's just sit a little bit back. It's going to attempt to harpoon her. From right there. So it's a melee weapon attack. Succeeds. So she's going to make a strength save real quick. And succeeds on that. So she takes 2d6. Okay. Good for her. This one is going to swim up right here, and it's going to rub its hands together. This one is a little bit different from the other ones. It appears to be some sort of caster, and it too is going to cast Lightning Bolt, capturing Thyra and Isabel. Thyra, you do not have disadvantage because of your danger sense, so both of you roll a dex save. You at disadvantage, Izzy.
Right.
As this crackling lightning begins to shoot out from its hands.
11.
9. No, yours is 7.
Fail.
Nope,
From both-
mine's 11. I get advantage, danger sense.
But you have disadvantage as well. So it's 7.
But yeah, it'll be the first one.
Either way, it's gonna fail.
It's
Whether
either
it's
way, it's
7 or
fail.
I want you
11.
to fail worse than me, is what I'm saying.
It's rolling really bad, you guys.
Oh, thank God.
You're lucky I'm not Tommy and I don't rage as soon as I take damage.
Yeah, it rolled really shitty. You guys both take 19 points of lightning damage. As it holds out its hand and it begins to crackle around with this blue energy that just streaks out towards you. This one is going to come up here. This one's going to come up here, and they're basically just going to surround you. That one's going to go right there, and this one's going to sit right there. Free, you're just in range, but it's going to make an attack on you with a harpoon. For an 18 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, I would like for you to make a strength contest or a strength check for me.
Oh, bugger.
Oh.
Strength check?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God for I rolled a 14. It's still gonna be bad.
14 succeeds.
Oh,
You take 14 points of piercing damage
ow.
as this harpoon just pierces you in the midsection somewhere, and as he tries to pull it, you just maintain your position there. That's their turn.
Ugh. Ow.
Okay, it's Duel's go. Duel, real quick, is just going to throw up a second. It'll do a third level magic missile towards the Aboleth, which automatically hits. Third level is how many, Griz? 5?
For what? Sorry?
For a third level magic missile.
And yes, I believe.
That would be 5.
14, 19 points of damage towards the Aboleth, and he's going to stay there. Okay. Awesome. So, following Duel, Wade, you're up. Izzy, you're on deck.
Okay. Possible. Okay. So, Wade gets mad and he starts swimming toward the one that harpooned Free. He swims down in front of it. He's like, "Not today." And he starts rubbing his shirt, and it's gonna stick his hands out and shocking grasp the one that shot at the
Awesome. So that's is that a dex save or an attack roll?
I think it's just an attack roll.
Yeah, make it with advantage for me.
So that is a 24
24 hits.
for 8 lightning.
8 lightning damage. This one takes a big hit, and is looking rough. Isn't looking crazy rough, but it's looking pretty rough.
Did it look like it took more damage than was expected?
It doesn't take more damage, but it's easier to hit.
Okay. Got it.
Right. That's gonna be my turn.
Okay. So, Izzy, you're up.
Wonderful. I'm going to back up Wade, because Wade, protector healer, you know.
Sure.
So I'm gonna swim up to this one, and I'm gonna hit him with a weapon.
Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Oh fuck, it's disadvantage, isn't it? Yeah,
Yes.
it would be.
It is.
I'll try. Come on, what the fuck?
19 hits.
Well,
11 misses.
Yeah.
As you bring the longsword around, it's meeting resistance in the water that you're not quite accommodating for, and it just... The fish man dodges out
I'm
of the
gonna
way.
punch him.
Go ahead and try and punch him. That's just a straight roll, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Natural 20.
Yeah. Apparently my
damn.
hit is 10 on my unarmed strike. I don't know if that's
You've got
right.
your braces.
Right.
Mm.
So that's 30 to hit. And then it's my strength. That's
Yep,
it,
it's
right?
your strength plus 2. Plus,
So that-
you're not proficient in unarmed strike, are you? Because you're not a monk, so just strength plus 2.
That was 2, so that's 6.
6 points of damage on that one. Yeah,
Okay.
awesome. That one also
doubled,
takes...
unless doubled by
It's doubled 2.
Oh,
isn't it?
true!
Because crit?
yeah,
So, 10. Because the plus 2 is not doubled. Is it? No, it is,
No.
yeah. 12.
It's weird because you're not rolling by still critting.
No, you're right.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I'm fucked up. It's 10. It's 10 damage.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's the Monarch's go. The Monarch can move 15 feet. There he goes.
I give him the thumbs up.
Alakian, you're up.
Okay, so I have a question. With me realizing what this creature was, would I know whether this is an aberration or not? Or what kind of creature it would be?
With your knowledge, you probably wouldn't guess that this is anything. It could be an aberration or a monstrosity. You're not quite sure which. You know, it's not a beast or anything like that.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, and you said rapiers would be a disadvantage if I wanted
They
to use
would.
them,
If
right?
you have a short sword, that's not.
I do have a short sword.
So that's a straight roll if you want to use that.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action Shield of Faith on Thyra. Actually, wait, no, hang on. How far is free from me? Can I hit free with that? I can't hit free. I want to hit free with a Shield of Faith.
Sure.
And then I will hold and attack with my short sword until the end of Thyra's turn. If she gets into melee range, cool. If not, I'll just attack.
Sure thing. Thyra, you're up.
I have a question before I do my thing.
Yes.
Would I be familiar with what a hunter shark looks like?
Make a nature check for me.
That's gonna probably be a no. 19.
You are familiar with a hunter shark.
Okay, I am going to use my bonus action to turn into a hunter shark.
Yet again, I don't have a shark, so guess who's an alligator? It's Thyra.
Oh yeah, it's a large beast, so it's the same. And it has a swim speed, so I am going to swim up to this one. This is the one that attacked me, right?
Yeah, that's the one that cast the spell.
And I am going to bite him.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll an attack.
For a 22.
22 hits.
That's 11 damage, and it's now magical. for any bypassing any resistance.
Sure. This unfortunately does not matter, but there you go. Does the hunter shark do anything with a bite?
Nope. It's just piercing damage. Well, it's magical piercing damage, but
Awesome.
that's it.
So the hunter shark Thyra begins swimming up and just tearing a piece out of this this marrow, as you now know. Does a fair amount of damage to it. All right. Freeing up Thyra's turn. Free.
Do I get to do my thing?
Oh, you do. Sorry.
Yeah. Sweet.
Welcome out.
I'ma try.
I believe.
That's an 11.
I don't believe in you.
Does not hit.
Okay. And just real quick, remind me what Bardic Inspiration does. I can add it to like
You can
a
add a
save
d12
or
to an
attack.
attack roll, save, or ability check.
Got it. Cool.
So if you wanted to add it to that, you could, in theory, do that.
I'm not going to. I'm going to save it for a save.
Okay.
Art.
Free. At the start of your turn, you notice, although these marrow are acting against you guys, anytime they get hit or look for commands, they appear to look towards the aboleth. It's something that you notice. But it's your go.
Okay. Does she insight check that and waste a round? She'll just shout out, guys, whenever you harm the other ones, they turn back to the aboleth, or whatever. I'm sure they said the name earlier. And then she will... Ooh, shatter? No. Ugh, I'm sure he's good at all of these saves. Damn it! Okay, second level... well, the second level shatter on... Making sure my distance is right. Yeah, on the aboleth.
Awesome. That's what save for him?
Con.
A Constitution save. 15.
Fail.
Awesome.
It is 13 thunder damage.
13 thunder damage. Nice. Yeah, as you try and cast the spell underwater, it does take, the actions are a little bit more difficult to move around your hands and things like that, but you do eventually manage to find the familiar spell lines and just really crush it in on the thing, as there is this loud cacophonous boom, and the aboleth begins to reek and like writhe in pain. At the end of that, it's going to use a legendary action to make a tail attack against the Lakian
Fun. Don't fuck him up.
for an 11 to hit.
Nope.
Roll a natural 2.
Oh boy.
There you
Oh
go.
god. All right. Well, I should have given that shield of faith to myself. Oh well. Here we are.
So, anything else on your turn, Free?
Not at the moment. All good.
Awesome. It's now the aboleth's go. It is... Wait, I'm sorry. It isn't. I'm sorry. It's a lair action. It's the lair action's turn. So, after Free's go, 90 feet of it, I would like for everyone to make a wisdom saving throw. I think succeeds.
7.
The monarch fails.
15.
Duel fails.
15!
Okay.
I'm gonna hope that's gonna work.
Everyone who got above a 14
Oh, thank
Yeah.
God.
succeeds.
Oh
Everyone
yeah.
else feel the water surrounding you begin to get hotter and like kind of vibrate at an unnatural frequency as it begins to like kind of shake your head a little bit, and you feel this searing pain come through the brain. Everyone who failed takes...
Don't forget anyone who forgot to roll with advantage. Beacon of Hope gives you advantage on wisdom.
Oh!
That makes
I
duels
realized I was
succeed.
muted. Sorry, my bad.
That makes
Oh,
duels
yeah.
succeed, but the monarch does not. So Yeah, everyone who fails takes 9 points of psychic damage. So Isabel and Thyra, if you fail,
I take no damage. I rolled 15.
you succeed, so you don't take any damage. Thyra, you take 18 points of psychic damage.
I'm still a shark.
Still shark. Great. Now it's the Aboleth's turn. The Aboleth is going to... It's gonna sort of swim upwards a little bit and lash out one of the tentacles at you, Alakian.
Yeah.
Since you're right there. That's a 17 to hit.
Nope.
No?
No, I've got an 18 AC, buddy.
So the whiz is past. Not seeming to get a hit on you. Which is awesome. That's the Aboleth's turn. Okay. Following that, it's Kyphine's turn. Kyphine is going to swim her 40 feet up to you and is going to look down and attempt to read the thing for her action. She does. She rolled well on that. And she spends a moment just looking down and sort of thinking to herself before she's going to use her bonus to... You can bardic inspire more than one person at a time. So she's going to use the other inspiration on Thyra.
Damn.
So Thyra Shark, you get the bardic
D12?
inspiration. D12. Okay, it's the Merrow's turn. This one next to you, Thyra is going to attempt to harpoon you. Definitely hits. I'd like you to make a strength check as the Hunter Shark.
$17.
17. You succeed. You are not pulled, but you do take 13 points of piercing damage. This harpoon insects itself into your tail-ish area. This one is going to swim up to the Monarch and attack him. It succeeds. I'll do him later. These ones next to Isabel and Wade are going to attack you each. Yep.
How much did it succeed by the Monarch on? Was it like a crit? Because I can use cutting words to cut a creature's attack roll.
I forgot, so I'm going to roll again. Does not succeed.
Okay.
The Monarch, as you see it try and perforate the Monarch's armor, he appears to have very well armored himself, and it just cannot manage to swing in on itself.
Okay. Sorry. I was like, might as well help him. I was right there. But
Nah, you're all
he
good.
doesn't need it. We're good.
He says the word husband. Go for it.
Totally fine. Okay, so Wade and Izzy, your one's going to attack you. The one on Wade, it's not good. That's a 14 to hit.
That just hit, so Wade will hold his hand up and cast shield.
Fantastic. You go ahead and cast shield, and this arcane layer appears in front of you. Well, next to you, Izzy, is also a 14 to hit.
Misses.
Awesome.
Clings off the new armor.
This one's going to move down here a little bit, and because the Shallow Priest can't get away from Thyra, it's going to use its action to Misty Step and teleport 30 feet.
Misty Step is a spell.
Yes, it is.
I get to hit him.
Age Slayer.
Mage
Awesome.
Slayer.
Go ahead and roll an attack.
Nice. Fucking amazing.
And he has taken damage, so Blood Frenzy, it's with advantage.
Hey.
God damn.
So it's just a 12 to hit.
12 does not hit.
Shark. Oh.
As you go ahead and try and lash into him as he disappears just a fraction of a second too late, and he disappears over there. That's their turn. Okay. Duel is up. He caught the thing that Free said about the Aboleth. So Duel is going to... He's going to burn a big boy.
Ooh.
He's going to get 60 feet. He can move 15 in right here. He can get him. He's going to cast Banishment.
Yes.
on the aboleth, so it has to make a charisma saving
Hopefully it'll
throw.
work this time.
So I hope it'll actually work.
I was about to say that.
Fails. The aboleth disappears.
Yeah. This is how it should have worked with the head.
Yep.
And as it goes, all of the Meros seem to turn and look at each other, sort of confused at what to do. That's Duel's turn. Wade, you're up.
Hello? You in there? Can you hear me?
You see it like it's still ready to fight you. It just looks at you, and this kind of guttural, bubbly language comes out that you aren't really certain as to what it is.
I'll, like, put my hands up in a non-threatening manner. We don't need to fight.
Make
And
persuasion check.
I'll attempt to take one step back after this persuasion check.
Okay.
23.
You throw your hands up and it's attempt to swim backwards a little bit, and it is readying there, but lets you go.
I think we're good, y'all. Don't attack.
Okay, wait, that's your turn. Izzy.
Dean Wade back up. Isabel wants to attack, but he's Paladin of Redemption, so she'll take the non-violent action and will sheath her sword and will do the same thing, hands up, and it's going to kick off from the bottom and move backwards.
Okay, as you kick off, they let you go. You watch as they're also looking around and then looking towards the caster, who just sort of says some dialect. None of you really know what it is. But Kaifin seems to understand a little bit, and now that everyone is sort of on the same page, you feel her talk back in some slightly different but very similar language.
Whole bunch of clicking and bubbling.
Sure, she's dolphin. And then they begin to flutter away and float away. So, for all intents and purposes, you are now out of initiative.
Wow.
For the next minute.
I'm gonna use a spell slot to heal my wild shape.
I am going to
Okay.
look to Kaifin and just say, could you figure out what that platform says?
More or less, yes. Everyone should come here.
Just after things start to calm down, Cass is going to reach out to Duel and say, "At least you did your job this time."
Although Chaos has never spoken to Duel before, you watch as he immediately looks straight towards you, Isabel, and just sort of like gives you kind of this glare.
I'm going
And
to
then
point
moves
up and be
forward.
like, "Hey, he has a mind of his own. He's a full person.
Right. And just begins swimming after
I like it."
the rest of them. So,
How
let me
long does
double-check.
banishment last for? It's like a minute, right?
Banishment is 1 minute.
It's a minute concentration, and as long as he can maintain concentration, it stays wherever it's meant to be.
If it's
Yeah.
not from the
If
original
it's,
plane
if
that you
it's
sent
not
away
from
here.
the plane you banish it from.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah,
Mhm.
If it's coming back or not.
where
So-
are bullets from?
As everyone gathers round
It doesn't
the...
mean it was born
They're from the
there.
Feywild.
Oh, that's true. I don't think apples are from the Fae.
I
As
know.
everyone gathers around the platform that the Lakin is currently hovering over, you all listen as Kaifin reads what she interprets as the script. Let me go ahead and change the music over here for the moment. Where is it? It's over
You
here.
said the moment, so it's coming back. Just be ready.
You don't know. As she looks down towards it, she reads aloud and says, "If risen like phoenix from ash and cinder, eternal day looms. Seeker beware, the many eyes watch and wane, for flame thief is seen and sentenced. Body cut and kept, and shattered self-serving and self-damning. Speak my name, for this is my tomb." And I will post that in the Discord server for...
What?
Oh, can you post it in the Roll20 chat?
I can.
I can't, get to the Discord server.
I'm gonna look at Free, because Free got all that shit. Free, what is the
Thank you.
thing's name? What is this? What is the big...
Is there any kind of other? Is there
if
any other
this is
iconography?
the Fire Watcher's tomb, then it's Kymel.
Free. You say the word Kymel, and you watch as the door begins to glow in this blue light that. I need everyone to
Uh-oh.
make me a dexterity saving throw. Sire, you can do it with advantage.
Oh no.
I pass.
I
I
did
pass.
good.
17.
I got a 26.
14.
Okay. Let me just double check my things here. Duel just fails. The Monarch succeeds. Good for you, Monarch.
Hey,
And Kyphian succeeds. She rolls really fucking well.
Mark,
Same.
So, Free, Wade, and Duel.
Oh god.
I don't quite
It's
manage
not
to escape the blast as you each take 12 points of cold damage as the platform seems to emanate with this pale blue energy seeping out towards you and then recedes. And the door is back as it was.
I think we know which tomb this is.
I'm going
It's
to
gonna be
I-
cold, guys. Oh, you guys can't hear me. I'm a shark.
Oh, I have this information, I think.
I'm going to
Yes,
swim
you
over
do.
to Free and give her 4 points of healing.
Did anybody else take damage, even if they passed?
No.
I took
If you
19
passed.
damage, but that was from the bells.
Where did I put this?
Make it 5. Make it 5 instead of 4. Or
So Free,
15 points.
Free heals up 5 hit points.
Equa, just to kind of save the time, do we know the Ice Warden's name?
You
Yes.
do.
I feel like
It's
okay.
Yeah, I can't find it where I put note.
Xandru?
That's the
Something
name that
like
you. That's the name that you recall. Yep.
Yeah, Xandru.
Okay.
Okay.
Is the door open?
Well,
The door is not open.
No.
Oh, okay.
well, okay. They never knew where the ice one went.
Is this one
Should
then?
we try that name?
Yeah, let me back
Sure.
up first, though.
Yeah, it's all
I
back
feel
up a
like we
bit.
should back up a little bit.
Lakin, you're the one who can get out of things easily.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know
Oh,
the name?
back up.
Do you recall it?
I do not.
Then back off and I'll say it. I can heal myself
So,
after.
The Monarch will sit far back and Duel will sit
Actually-
far back as well.
I'm gonna roll a history check just to see if I remember.
Okay.
That's a 19. I would remember it. Okay.
You do remember it.
Okay.
Alright.
Remind Esprit what the name is again.
The name is Xandru.
I'll wait for everybody to back up a little bit, and then once they do, I will say Xandru.
You say the name. Except with red light this time. I saw that, Thyra. Put yourself back. You're out of it anyway, don't worry. I need Isabel, Wade, Free, and a Lakian to make me deck saves.
God damn it. That's a
17 again.
22.
18.
14.
You got a 14, Lakian?
Correct.
You fail. And
Okay.
instead take 19 points of fire damage.
Holy
Juice
shit.
are underwater.
It is reduced to half.
So that's 9?
So that is 19 down. Yep, 9. As it
Okay.
erupts with this bright, vibrant, orangish red light this time. Neither of those names seem to have taken. The door looks a little weaker now, with these 2 arcane bursts of energy. But Nothing seems to have taken.
All right, let's
The
take
one
let's
from-
take a
How much
mini.
time has passed?
Well, the one from Casco was light, right? And it's talking about Eternal Day.
Yeah, you're not
I
wrong.
don't think we caught its name though.
Would any of us have heard of it at some point in like childhood stories, anything like that?
Are we in Gazeri or are we in Aegis?
You're in
Aegis would
Gazeri
be
right now.
air, Gazeri would be fire.
Free.
Alright.
Actually, everyone, go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
Sure, I spelled my thing, I'm so sorry.
16 from me.
15 from Izzy.
22.
Ooh,
17.
look at that,
Wow,
Wade.
Wade.
Wade being
Shit.
a smart boy.
So-
Damn!
Wade and Free, remembering the positioning of where you are, which is on the border of Gazeri and Aegis, knowing the history of the Watchers, and that both Kymel and Xandru were regarded as the enemy, you gather that those two names are a test to see if what you're coming here for is to support them, and if so, that's what triggers the trap. The name that you're looking for is not one of those two. And you, Free, kind of get the inclination. It could well be Aegis. It could be the light one. Not sure exactly.
It's
You
also
know the name of the Earth one, which is Grantham.
Grantham. But his tomb was the gem place, as far as we know.
Yes.
So that was
As far
Was
as,
there a
as far as
water
we know and we
watcher?
heard.
I have
There was
the
a
notes
water
of the
watcher.
Watchers right now.
I'm gonna yell Duel. Like, hey, Duel! And you know, sound like wait for a second. Do you know what the Water Watcher's name was, or the light
No,
one?
Casco was dark. Incorrect.
I know about as much as you. Try the air one.
Fuck, I don't know what that one is.
Do you know
What?
anyone who would?
Shit,
Air
we talk. Oh,
Is
fuck.
Aegis, Thyra, do you remember hearing about that story?
Do I remember about an air watcher or god or whatever?
Last time you rolled to recall the information, you rolled very bad. You do not
Nope.
recall the information.
I'm going to
Okay.
message Kiva.
So I'm
Okay.
reading this thing. I'm reading through it. Do we know of anyone that was cut into many pieces?
Yeah, the fire one.
Is there anybody else though?
No, I can remember. But fair.
Was there anybody else that had that story, Equa?
Not to your recollection.
Okay.
So, Izzy, you go ahead and message Kiva.
Message
What do you
Kiva
say?
and- Do you know what the Watchers' names are?
The reply comes not long after. It's been a while since I've really delved into that particular tale. Which one do you need?
Of course.
Three.
Never
Yes,
send Izzy to send a message.
But I asked what the names were. Just fucking tell me the names. Frey, I have one more third level spell use left, unless you want to take an hour break.
Isabel,
yeah.
you do know someone who knew something about this tale.
My crazy dad?
You knew your crazy dad.
Fuck my crazy dad. I'm gonna talk to Free. Like, Free, can you message Kiva and ask which name do we think we want to do?
Wait a second. I know someone. Because I had the conversation with them.
Yeah, you know someone too. You know my crazy dad.
Cole, do you know the name of the air watcher that Norman might have spoke about?
Father rarely mentions such tales to us. I'm afraid not.
Oh, I know who to message.
Oh,
Our lovely bard friend.
Yup, that's what I was just getting ready to say.
oh.
Free. Let's back up a little bit.
Yep. Bugger, what was his name?
While everybody figures this out, I'm going to back away as well.
Yeah.
A little
Okay.
bit.
Sure.
Gonna go like here.
The bard's name, by the way, was Rodar.
No, it was Rodney.
Yeah, it was
Gosh.
Yeah,
You
right.
That's
called him
more
Rodney.
confusing.
I'm gonna go over to Alakian. and
Oh,
give him a
Rodney.
smack- I'm gonna go over to Alakian and give him a smack on the ass and give him 5.
Sure. So you heal
All
5
right.
hit points again.
I'm just swimming circles around the
So
sun,
you don't suffocate.
the seal. Just keep swimming.
You know, I wondered if I should give you guys like brain challenges to do this sort of stuff with, or I should just do combat.
Brain challenges.
I'm
This was
liking where this is
more
going
rewarding.
so far. Yeah.
That's it. This is what we're running, isn't it?
Free will message Rodar.
Okay.
25 words only. Name of air, light, dark, water, lightning watchers, if you can. Please, emergency.
Well, trivia contest.
Okay. The response comes back in little time. Hello there, Free. Been a while since I've heard from you. I can't recall all of the names. I remember air and earth and light, but I'm not too sure about the other ones. And it cuts off.
God damn it! That's
Why
what
you
you
don't
do.
message a
25
bar?
words.
Yo.
Wait, don't message the bard. There's my dad. There's my crazy da.
Equa, has it been a minute yet?
It has been a minute, and the aboleth has not returned.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna check out this treasure chest that's right beside Alakian.
Yeah, is this an actual treasure chest or is this just decoration?
Make an investigation check.
Do it with advantage, man.
I will do that. First one's a natural 20 for 27.
It's a chest.
Check the traps.
Does it appear to be locked?
It does appear to be locked.
Check the traps.
Does it
man.
appear to be booby trapped?
With that investigation check, no.
Okay. I will attempt to pick the lock then.
Yeah, roll thieves' tools.
Let me pull sand.
I don't like the way he's saying this. That's what, Dex plus proficiency?
Yes.
Okay.
I swear to God, if we open this and the red orb's in there, I'm gonna.
I'm gonna swim around these pillars and check them out while we wait.
I'm gonna be.
Okay.
That's a 12, Equa. That's a 12.
It's not a particularly difficult lock to unlock. You.
Okay.
It's like this heavy padlock on the front that you take
Mhm.
off and open the chest, and as you look in, these small packages begin rising up out of the chest.
I grab.
Can I see how many I can grab?
Sure, you
As
grab
they
a
start
couple of them.
falling away?
They appear to be wrapped.
What do you think they are?
I shake one.
No sound.
Do we open it?
Fuck it. I'll start to open it.
You go ahead and unwrap the thing and begin folding it open, and you see before you what appears to be a severed, partially skull human head.
Oh,
Oh boy! Oh, that's not great.
This
That's
appears
not
to
good.
have been a chest that someone has lopped up some body parts and thrown them in the river.
Nice. Is there any writing or runes or anything on the pillar?
Yeah, you swim around, and there are carvings in it and designs that do depict some recollection of the tale of the Watchers, but it mostly focuses on the Fire One and another entity that you aren't too sure about. Make a perception check for me.
15.
It appears to be a being composed of swirling air.
Can Free send that message now?
Yes, you can.
She's going to send it to him again and be like, just the names of air and light if you have them.
Pull up my notes here, so make sure I get them right. So the response comes back, ever bouncy and talkative as ever. And Rodar says, "Right, well, the light one was called Tysenth. The air one was called Elathra. And the earth one was called Granthan, but I don't know why it would matter to you."
Perfect. Can you repeat those names? I totally lost them in the
So you
accent.
know the earth one, which
Yeah.
is Granthan. The air watcher's name is Elathra, IL''ATHRA, Athra. And
Okay.
the light one, which is much easier to say, is Tysenth.
Lythra and Tyson. Okay.
Perfect. I found my notes. They were on my bio sheet.
Fun.
All right. Stay back. I've got to try this one. And she will move forward.
Is Thyra making any kind of shark movements indicating that she found something?
She didn't really find anything,
Like shark.
but she is swimming around so she doesn't, die.
Okay.
Then she'll say air one first because it's close to Aegis.
Okay.
Elathra.
So you say the name, and you see the circular platform begin to glow with this kind of dull grayish light. And instead of these big symbols appearing and forming together, you see like this faint glow come from in the center of it, in this like circular pattern that sort of comes upwards in a cone, and then it and separates all the way down in the middle of the platform from end to end before you hear this, and the platform opens.
You guys, I think this one worked.
And it's like, we found a
I'd
murder
say it did.
victim.
We did. Do you think we should take the skull back and see if we can find somebody that can talk to it?
Not now. Leave it.
All right, fine.
More
Is
important
there-
things.
Is
I'm gonna
there
take the skull.
is there water in the hole?
You go ahead and look down, and it appears to be another cylindrical hole, but completely cylindrical, carved of stone, that goes down maybe 15 feet, and then there's a floor there.
But is there water or is it air?
There is water in there.
Okay, we'll swim down.
Yep.
I will join.
Fine.
Okay,
I take the skull with me.
everyone goes down and swims into the hole, and as everyone does, you sort of wait for a brief moment before the platform above you begins to close shut once more. And then there is this loud sound of kind of like rushing water as you feel the water level start to lower as water begins to seep outwards and
Did
drain.
the other three make it into the cylinder?
Yeah, everyone's in there.
I will drop my wild shape.
Also,
Cough
go
up
ahead and
all
take a
that
roll.
water once there's
what?
air again.
We're probably going to encounter some air elementals, probably. They're on the pillars up above.
The
That's
air
right.
one's name opened this door, so.
I would wager that there's probably more traps ahead as well. Given that just because that one there doesn't mean that we're going to get all the way through without any problems.
Izzy's gonna take
So-
the skull and put it in her bag of holding.
You all stand on this platform as the final bit of water drains, and you see this crack down the center of this bottom panel. And as you notice it, just a moment in time, it and sort of falls in the center, maybe about half a foot before getting completely jammed there. And you can look through it, and you can see some structure underneath, some room, that also does not appear to have water in it. But the floor itself is jammed shut.
I jump.
You will just fall immediately through to the bottom of the chamber, One of the doors becoming completely unlatched and just kind of hanging there for a second. And as it registers closed, you watch as it begins to sort of rise upwards again and forming a shut seal up above you. It's old, not completely dysfunctional, but pretty dysfunctional. As you look around your surroundings, you are in a square chamber, about 50 feet wide, that has 4 alcoves going off on each wall. There are 4 pillars in this room, with torches that sit on them that are unlit. As well as, in the dead center of it, this large fountain that is not running with water.
You know, it'd be really handy right now.
Can't have
A
water.
decanter.
Yeah. Play my childhood friends. It is going to do 2 things. Well, sort of one thing and another thing. Is the first thing she does, takes a deep breath and just steam drives herself, just heats up her body.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chaos is going to reach out to Free and say, kind of a second, and says, "I am glad you're unharmed."
If you want to speak to me nicely, you're going to apologize for calling me a slave girl a while ago. And she leaves it at that.
Equa,
Yes.
how long has it been since the start of combat? Roughly?
You guys have been sort of moving around a bit. I'll say 15, 20 minutes.
Okay, so Chem, that Shield of Faith has gone, by the way.
If we want to, we could always take a second, just take an hour and sit down and breathe for a bit. I could use the rest to get my spells back.
Let's investigate this room first.
That's smart.
And see if there's another riddle here. And then while we try and figure that out, then we can take a rest.
Dual goes ahead and starts lighting the torches or on the sides of the fountains, or on the sides of the pillars. And I'll drag you guys over to here. As you see,
I will begin investigating.
Does it give me water temple vibes? I don't like it.
As you all begin to
Carry
light,
some whiny little girl around.
as you all begin to light this room, taking in your surroundings, we're going to go to break. So, we'll be back here in 15-ish minutes to continue the story. Go get snacks, go to the bathroom. We'll be back here soon. All right, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So, as we jump back into this game, you guys emerge into this chamber with the central unrunning fountain in the center of it. And now that there is light around, you can sort of get more of a glimpse into the 4 alcoves on each wall. The one above you, or to the top section on this map, appears to be sort of a shorter alcove, maybe 20 feet in, with something in there towards the end on the wall. The other 3 on the right, left, and down appear to go on a little bit longer, and it's difficult to tell what exactly is in them.
Somebody's mic has a lot of feedback right now.
Breaker 19.
He's getting it.
Sir, that is me.
So, as you all emerge, looking around, seeing these 4 pillars and the 4 entrances, what would you like to do?
I want to go cautiously walk around and see if there are any kind of iconographies on the walls or the pillars or the fountain.
Make an investigation check for me.
I can do that.
I will assist.
Okay. I'm glad you did. That's a 19. The first one was a 10.
Iconography here is a little limited. There isn't much here. There are engravings around the bottom of the fountain that appear to depict some way of getting the water to flow, but it's difficult and convoluted and also aged significantly. The other thing that you do gather, looking around the walls and the pillars, it's kind of icky, viscous, slimy substance coating part or some of them.
Okay. Hey, can anybody make out what this is on the bottom of this fountain? Anybody at all?
Make out what's on the bottom of the fountain.
What is it?
He points it out when you go ahead and look at it. There are small pieces of carving. You can sort of make out a fountain. You can make out what appears to be like this stick with fire on it, like a torch or something, and a symbol for water. But most of it is really badly worn down, and those three symbols do repeat across part of it.
It's like some kind of ancient hieroglyphics, possibly. What's left of it, anyways.
Kind of what I was thinking, but I was hoping somebody else might be able to figure something else out.
So,
All right.
torch-like object, empty fountain, water.
Pretty much.
You should put some water in the fountain.
I don't have any spells like that. At least not
I
enough
look at the
for
lake
fountain.
for just a little too long. And then
Hey, it's not my fault. You can blame your fucking friends.
I'm blaming you for not keeping an eye on your fucking shit.
I mean, to be fair, I did say I was going to keep a close eye on it, but apparently it didn't matter.
Yeah, you're all really bad on perception.
Did I? I don't remember.
Yeah, you
that.
did.
Okay. All right.
You said that there was torches on the pillars earlier. You said they weren't lit, or did they light up when we came down?
Your friends lit them up when you
Cool.
came down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Is there...
Free's gonna steal back her broom since this place has air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ceiling itself is not crazy big. It's maybe 20 feet up. The
It's
fountain
just for
itself,
speed, really.
the fountain itself rests at 15 feet or so tall. It's taller than you guys, and it is on its own platform to sort of reach that height.
Gotta climb the fountain.
You climb
Is
the
there
fountain.
anything on the walls? Equa?
Not much apart from that slimy liquid.
Does it appear like
Is that the same kind of? Is that the same kind of liquid that I saw earlier?
It appears
gonna ask.
very similar.
Does it look like algae? Does it just look like just pond scum algae stuff?
It's difficult to tell. It's just slime. You know, some of it kind of varies in color. Some of it is darker and blackish. Some of it is lighter and greenish. It's slime.
Is there anything on the top of the fountain?
There's nothing that appears on the top that you can see. Make an investigation check for me.
Can Free be checking out the torches while she's doing that?
4.
Sure. 4. It's a fountain. Free, you look at the torches. They are torches.
Can they come off the wall? Is there anything around them? Since they
Yeah,
seem
you
to
go
be
ahead
mentioned.
You go ahead and pick one up. It stays in your hand. They can be picked up.
Can I see that, Free?
Of course. She'll
Thank
hand
you.
it over.
The slime is in the fountain, correct?
There notably is no slime in the fountain.
Oh, okay.
It's on the walls, on the pillars, on the ceiling, a little bit on the floor.
I'll try and light it on fire.
Okay,
See
you go
what
ahead and
happens.
stick it in. That part of the torch doesn't really light.
The torch doesn't light?
Prestidigitation to clean it off.
The torch is still lit, but you stick the torch in, and that little coating right there ceases, and the slime doesn't light.
Okay. I want to try just putting the torch in the fountain. I don't think it's going to do anything, but I just want to try it.
Hold the torch in the fountain. Nothing happens.
All
I
right.
am going to follow Izzy's cue and climb up the fountain, but I'm going to specifically look for something that looks like an opening or something like you're supposed to put something.
Make an investigation check.
How's fish?
That's a 24. That was
The first thing that you find sitting up on this fountain is that there is, in actuality, a button that sits dead in the top of it that you can appear to push. The second thing is that the fountain is unnatural here. The water source is going to come from somewhere, and you gather that maybe there is something underneath, perhaps. But that's about it.
Alright, so there's a button up here.
Push
Should
it.
I press it?
Wait a moment.
Alright.
I was gonna say, is there any way to put the torch on the, like, is there, like, a torch stand around the fountain, or is it just the columns that have torch stands?
Just on the pillars.
Okay. Then, nope.
Maybe.
Do you have some water you can dump up there, maybe? You have to fill the top or something? Water skin? Just in case when you push that button it starts a fire. I don't know.
I take a water skin. Should we do it? Last time we did something wrong, we all exploded in ice and fire.
He's gonna stand back. Like at least 35 feet.
Moving.
Sure.
I'm not moving.
So, Izzy, you go ahead and pour the water skin out into the top of the fountain. It pours. There is now water in the top of the fountain, although not much.
Didn't work. Good idea though. That was sort of mine, but
I need more water than just what's in a skin.
yeah, that's my thought. Is that we need more water, but
I'm gonna hold my hand down, climb down a little bit. Hey, wait, pass me that torch for a second.
Sure.
I'm going to climb off the fountain.
I'm standing by one of the pillars.
Okay.
Is the bottom of the torch similar in size to the button that's up top?
It's a way smaller. You don't gather that there will be much of a connection between the two.
Okay.
Push the button. I was like,
I'm gonna use the bottom of the torch and push the button. Cause
Okay.
fuck.
Nothing.
Okay. That's what I figured.
push it.
I did. Nothing happened.
Push it
I'm
again.
gonna look towards Lady Caffeine. Do you by chance have a create water spell?
Sort of looks back
Prepared?
over. I don't much think it would matter in this instance.
Well, we
Alright.
disagree. Do you
Do you
one?
have any ideas as to?
Well, there is more to this area than just this room. Perhaps we should go exploring.
I was feeling the same thing.
I forgot about those. I completely
Close
forgot.
enough,
Yeah, let's go
Ron.
look around.
All right.
No.
Anybody against heading to the one to the north first?
Shortest hall, I think it'd be best.
Yeah.
Sure.
I will look for traps on the way down the hall.
Make an investigation check for me.
I will
Really?
do that.
What kind of walls are these? Stone?
Yeah, they're worked stone.
Yeah, I'm gonna use leave like little druidic messages. Let us know we went down this wall in case we forget things.
It's a labyrinth. That's a 14 on the investigation, Equa.
Yeah,
Little
looking around the
muppet better not
walls,
turn the arrows around.
walls and the floor, there's no visible sign of traps here.
Okay.
As you go down this alcove, it is maybe 25, 30 feet down, and the walls just go. Not seemingly any other further alcoves in those walls, respectively. But you get to the end, and you do see what that object that was sitting there was when you saw it before. On this, sort of on the edge of the floor, lies a tall metallic rod that sort of fans out at the top to come up into small, almost grates, with some sort of like funnel or holder in the top of it. It appears to be somewhat reminiscent of a brazier. You also see underneath of it and sort of on the side what appears to be a small knife.
Oh boy.
Well, I better know what this is for. Do I see any iconography around the brazier or on it or anything like that?
Looking around and getting a pretty good look, you do see on the wall behind it, there are two diagrams. The one on the left is what appears to be a poorly drawn person with their arms up, and above them is a circular object. And on the one on the right of it appears to be a person holding one hand out with the knife in the other and dripping blood into the object in front of you.
Any volunteers?
Be careful. The riddle about body cut and kept. And that shattered self-surfing and self-damning or something? Yeah. So, yeah.
You know, I am still bleeding. I guess we could try that without using the knife.
Yes,
Could do
there's
that,
no harm in
eh?
trying.
I'll drip some of my blood from the harpoon knife. Can I get it into the...
You're not outwardly bleeding. There is no bleeding penalty in D&D to make sure that, you know, if your wound is open, then you continue doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I'll say. You get a couple drops in, there is not visibly enough to fill the thing. And there is no reaction from the couple drops that you get in. It's a fun idea, though.
It would fit the hole that Alekian described on top of the
What I
fountain.
was going to ask.
Potentially. You go ahead and start inspecting it and try and pull it out, and it appears to be cemented in there.
I honestly am a little hesitant about this. I think Free's on the right track here. This might be like a misdirection kind of trap thing. Like you cut yourself, you put your blood in there, and then, you know, you're captured forever or something.
That's not where I was going with it.
Oh.
I was thinking that whoever put their blood in there, if they were self-serving, they would damn themselves. So if you're here for a greedy reason, that's what I got from the riddle, but...
Upon hearing that, Isabel takes a step backwards.
Okay. Take a step backwards.
Free? Why are you here?
To stop them from getting it.
Doesn't sound self-serving to me.
And to be fair, I look towards Thyra. I honestly feel like partially the reason you might be here is to exact revenge, which in my opinion is a little bit self-serving, even though it's not necessarily greedy.
We know it's self-serving. I may be stupid, but I'm not an idiot.
You're not stupid. But you're odd idiot. I give her a pat on the back.
I'm gonna elbow him in the face. I'm gonna elbow her in the face.
So much for making jokes.
You hear the monarch say, "Do you always fight like this?"
Yes.
Yeah.
Not very professional, is it?
When people touch me that I've told to stop touching me, continues to touch me, then yes.
This corridor itself, by the way,
They're
is
like
maybe
fighting
10 feet
siblings.
wide.
Don't worry about it.
So pretty much two of you could fit side by side at a time.
Never mind. Yeah, those are too close. I just realized how close the other people would be to us, so I don't want to say anything.
Oh, what do you guys want to do?
Honestly, Free, I like that interpretation in the riddle. Maybe you should go.
I'll tell you what. I have a little bit more. I think I'm a little bit more healthy than Free is. And I'm definitely not here for self-service reason. I'm here to help everyone else. And to stop this fucker from exacting whatever revenge it is that he has. So, as long as somebody's ready to grab me in case something goes wrong, I'll do it. Unless there's any objections.
If it turns out to be some spell, maybe I can counterspell it, but I can't make no promises that I'll be able to stop it.
We'll grab you and pull you out. We'll tie a rope around your waist and pull. Won't you do it?
All right.
Okay.
A rope around Lake's waist.
So you guys tie a rope around Lake's waist. Feeling pretty confident about it. How far back do you all go?
How
35
far back
feet,
can we go?
At least.
I mean, with Wade's rope that can remend itself on command, you could go back. If you put one person on each one, how many are there? 8 of you. So you could go back 15 feet. The first person close to him will go back 15 feet if you're 50-foot rope.
Gri's not going to be any help pulling on the rope, so she's just going to step all the
I'll
way.
be the first one holding the rope at
I'll
the
be-
15-foot mark.
Second one, I guess.
Okay.
Third. I don't think we
Wait,
need 3.
15? Isn't like a length rope 50 foot?
Yeah, but there's if everyone wanted to hold it, it would be 50 is one person, 45 is another, 40 is another, 35, and there are 8 of
Oh,
you
he's
total.
one dude. I was just going to go
So-
back 40 feet and pull him.
All right, if it's just you, then you can go back that far. That's fine.
Yeah, that was my plan, unless someone else wants to do a thing.
That's fine.
It
So
would be me and Tyra grabbing the rope and pull him back.
you and Thyra prepare your hands on the rope. Alakian, pick up the
I'm
knife.
going to, as I pick up the knife, I'm going to quickly kind of grab my holy symbol and just kind of quick say silent prayer. Just Raven Queen, protect me if anything's gonna fucking go wrong, which I have a feeling it will. And I'll hold my hand over the bowl and take the knife and push in and make a cut.
Okay. You take 5 points of slashing damage,
Okay.
and make for me a Constitution saving throw.
That's an 18.
18. Fair enough. There's no visible reaction here. As you run your hand along the knife, it hurts, and you hold your hand over the brazier, letting blood drip down into it until there's a slow, sort of gentle rising in the container. And it takes but a moment before it alights into its own bright orange fire.
I see that and I pull him away.
You pull him away, yank him pretty hard, and he does go back a little bit. The other thing that you notice, Isabel, and the rest of you, is the sound of running water. As you turn back towards the fountain, and 1/4 of it is now flowing.
Is it the side that's facing where the hallway
It
that
is
we went
indeed.
down?
Yep.
Okay.
Good work, Alakian.
Right. All right.
3 more.
Oh,
Go to the.
now my hand fucking hurts.
Oh, boo. I'll give him 1 point of healing.
Let's go east.
Yeah, let's just go clockwise.
So you want to go to the right side?
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to go first? Because this corridor is longer. You can do 2 at a time.
Still looking for traps, so I'm gonna go first.
Okay, so Lakin's first with...
I'll go. Nope.
Nope,
Shut up.
Izzy. So I'll bring up the rear.
Okay, so Lakin and Izzy,
Mad.
And then me.
and then Wade. We'll
Raven,
put
you there.
the monarch with you, Wade. He'll go up front, and then we'll do Free and we'll say Kaifin, and then Thyra and Duel. Lakin, go ahead and roll an investigation check.
26.
26. Walking along this hallway, It is long and it's narrow enough. Again, not really much iconography on the walls or whatever, but there is the familiar slime that just perforates sometimes. Walking along here,
Bringing it up, I don't like that.
keeping an eye out, there is something on the floor that does catch your attention. It's like a stone that is loose a little bit, perhaps a little raised, more so than the other ones.
I will signal everybody to just hold up 1 second. I'm going to inspect said stone and see if it looks like it's a trap or not. See if I can figure out if there's see if it's a trigger mechanism or something.
With your investigation check, you'll probably wager that it's unnatural. It could well have something to do with the trap.
Does it look like there's a way to kind of lift it a little bit to kind of get under it?
Yeah, if you want to try and
Or-
disarm it, you can go ahead and roll Thieves' Tools.
Yeah, I'll try. Fuck it. Everybody back up a few feet just in case I can't get this right.
For everyone back 20 feet, 30 feet.
I will cast guidance on myself right quick. And then roll Thieves' Tools. No, that's not bad. Never mind. That is an 18. I'll go ahead and roll my d4 just for the hell of it. It's an 18. That's a 22 total.
22. You go ahead and attempt. Are you lifting the stone?
However, it appears that it can be disarmed. If I can get under it to disarm it, then yes.
Okay, so you go ahead and lift the stone a little bit, seeing some sort of mechanism underneath.
Mm-hmm.
And you sort of start filling around in there. You're giving it a good go. Not quite managing to have any noticeable effect. And it's difficult from where you are not lifting the stone out. But you're getting somewhere with it.
How big is the stone?
Maybe that big.
So, we could step over it in theory.
Sure.
You first.
Yep. I will stand up. And I'm just going to say, it's a little difficult, but it is a small stone. So this one right here, just be sure not to step on it as we go through and then on our way back. And, fuck, do I have something I can put down there?
Free's gonna offer to do prestidigitation and leave a color mark.
That'll work.
She can do it from 10 feet away. So she'll just put a big red X that glows on it so no one steps on it.
Okay.
That'll work.
Can you make it glow with prestidigitation?
Let's see. Not glow, but a small marker symbol for 1 hour.
So you leave the mark there. With your dark vision, it's slightly discernible.
I would do it in white then, so it would be different from the ground.
It is slightly discernible. You all know pretty much where it is.
Okay.
And you press onwards.
Yep.
Following this and going down the tunnel, you emerge into what appears to be a large sort of rectangular room. Again, there are a number of pillars supporting the ceiling here. And the room is pretty much vacant. Apart from on the far wall and sort of set out from it a little bit, what appears to be what was once maybe a table or a large altar-ish type deal, but is now cracked, broken apart, and sort of lying there, half standing up. And that's all you
The
see.
only thing in the room?
Yep.
I will walk over to the altar and see if there's anything that looks like there's some kind of symbols or writing around it.
Okay, so you're just looking at it?
Yeah.
looking around, make a perception check for me.
I don't see shit. I got some debris in my eye. It's a natural 1.
It was once standing and is now not quite so much.
Okay. I will inspect the area for traps then, seeing as to how it
Yeah,
doesn't
go ahead and
appear
make
that
an
can be helpful for
investigation
that.
check for me.
Okay. That is a 16.
16. Cool. You go ahead and start lifting up panels and pieces of this altar, and it is wood, aged and warped a little bit. You find underneath, and there are no books or pieces of paper here that could help, underneath what appears to be like this lever that's sticking up from the ground. And as you go ahead and reach out to grab it, something reaches back. This dark ichor of like blackish sludge that goes and just tries to wrap its way around your arm as you go ahead and reach towards it. Go ahead and roll or attack it. Does a 21 hit?
It does.
Yep, mention use.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. In addition to... Ooh. That's really, really bad for you. I'm so sorry. I rolled 3 8s and 7.
And can he dodge? Question mark?
You can in total. Fuck, I lost my place. What was I doing? 24, 31, plus 31 points of acid damage.
Fuck. So that's 39 total, reduced to half?
Yeah, reduced to half, so 19. And your
Okay.
armor is reduced by 1. As this black sludge just latches onto you and begins corroding away at what you're wearing. Why doesn't everyone go ahead and roll initiative for me? As I go ahead and drag you over to the next map that you have here. And I'll throw on the battle.
20.
Nice.
Ah, 8. Ay, ay, ay.
Eat.
Boy.
To roll through them.
What did the Lakean roll?
I got an 11.
No, okay, not bad.
I have an idea that might be interesting.
So, Alakian, you're sat over there. Everyone, go ahead and move your tokens to where you think you would have been in this time.
Be in the back.
Yeah, I guess
So, Yator was next to Thyra.
somewhere in here.
I believe. No, sorry, Yator was next to Wade. Duel was next to Thyra.
I was
And
in the back. I'm just waiting for everybody to place their token before I figure out where.
Sophie was right there. Okay, so Alakian. This sludge that was next to you, I'm going to put him right there, is now visible.
Cool.
And I'm going to roll for it too. Ooh. Sludge is really good, you guys.
Oh shit.
I don't like that.
Beat it
So,
20.
initiative, 25 to 20.
20.
It's 20 for Izzy. 20 to 15. Okay. 15 to 10.
11.
Okay.
Do I still have that Bardic Inspiration?
At
No,
this
it's
point,
only
no, it
10.
would have worn off.
Okay.
10 to 5.
8.
Bree and I both got 8, but she's got a higher dex.
Yeah, I
No,
have a,
you do.
What? Oh, I thought you had a +4.
No, half of that is my jack of all trades.
Oh, I see. Okay, so I do go first then.
So
Yep.
Wade and then 3.
and I have a 6.
Thyra has a 6. Okay. So, top of the round, Isabel. You hear Alakian sort of grunt out in pain and try and pull his hand back. That doesn't quite go. But you're first to act. What do you do?
Can't reach it this turn, so I'm gonna throw an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay. You can see it because you're within 60 feet of it, and there is no light in this chamber. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Sure. I don't think. Let me just check one thing. Okay, so level 11 that happens. So my first attack, 24.
24 hits.
And then my second one is a 15.
15 hits. So go ahead and roll your damage for both.
Okay. 15 damage.
15 damage. Nice. You go ahead and throw the balls out, and they sort of sink into the ooze, and you feel them detonate, almost like death charge. Just
Sure.
there's no, it quakes a little bit, but there's no visible reaction from it.
Oh, I could get up to it. I was wrong. Anyways, I run up to it.
Okay, and then you run up to it.
Yeah.
It's now its turn.
Yay.
So to start off with, you see the rest of you. 2 more drop down from the ceiling. One in front
Oh my
of
God.
the monarch, and one by Kaifin. And each of those are going to make an attack on. Is going to keep hitting you, Alakian.
Yup.
You're right in front of it.
Yup.
It's a natural 20.
Yup.
With you. I rolled really shitty with the aboleth, but this thing is great.
I hate it.
So you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, in addition
Cool.
to 19 points of acid damage.
I can't uncanny dodge this yet, can I?
No, you can't.
Okay.
And your armor is reduced by another 1.
How
Nice.
much damage did you take?
Took 23 points of damage.
I will going to use the as a reaction. Rebuke the violent. Make a wisdom saving throw for that ooze.
That's a 14 minus 2, 12.
That misses. You take all the damage you did to Alakian back in radiant. He still takes the damage, but you take the same amount in radiant damage.
I'd say it's the same amount radiant, which was, how much did you say? 23?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I'm going to say 23.
that's right.
23, yes.
I know it was 19 poison or whatever. I didn't
It
hear
was
the first
19 plus 4, so yes, it was
Yeah.
23 damage.
As
yeah,
it
her
strikes
eyes
out
flash.
towards Alakian, dissolving some of the armor. You see Par's armor that was crafted for you to be engraved with the Raven Queen begins to singe away, and the intricate carvings on it begin to almost merge with the plate. As Izzy, you see this, your eyes flash. What do you do?
Her eyes flash, and then the just the ooze lights on fire with that same blue fire.
Mm-hmm. It wobbles a little bit. Does that count as a melee attack, Isabel?
It's a reaction. No, it just takes damage. It's a channel divinity.
You're right. There's no attack roll for us. It's not an attack. Okie dokie. Right, the ones next to the rest of you. This one is going to attack you, Wade.
Okay.
So you're right there. Not great for you. That's a 13 to hit.
Oh, that misses.
It wobbles out to you and sort of retracts, not making contact. And the other one is going to hit towards Kaifin. 4, so for a 9, which doesn't hit.
I wear this poncho specifically to keep myself clean from things like you.
That is their turn. Alakian, you're up.
How hard is this thing looking in front of me?
It's difficult to say. It's a gelatinous blob.
Fair enough. I am going to take out a rapier and attempt to slash this thing.
Sure, go ahead and roll for an attack.
That is a 24 to hit.
24 hits. What kind of damage does the rapier do?
Piercing.
Go ahead and roll for attack. Or roll damage, sorry.
That is 8 damage, and then I also get sneak attack. So that's 8 piercing damage, and then 11 sneak attack.
Okay, so You'll need to move around a little bit to get sneak attack to flank with Izzy.
Nope,
No,
within 5 feet.
she's within 5 feet.
Oh, right. I'm thinking about flanking because I'm stupid. So, how much damage was that total?
Total that is 19.
19 total damage. Got you. Yeah, as you go ahead and slash towards it, you take another 7 points of acid damage as the rapier gets pulled backwards, and it too takes a -1.
Jesus Christ. I hate this so much.
You're...
Alright, bonus action disengage.
Sure.
And I'm going to go... How fucking far away can I get from this stupid thing? Okay. I'm gonna go, like, over here. Because that's 30 feet.
Okie dokie. That's Alakian's turn. It's Kyphine's turn, and Wade, you're on deck.
Copy that.
Kyphine is... She doesn't have much for this. She's gonna hit it with... Yeah, she's gonna hit it with an ice knife. Which is a disadvantage because it's right there. So that hits. She takes 1d10. Where's my d10s? 2 plus 8. So 10 damage to that one. Very good. And then that's gonna be her turn. She's not gonna do anything else. So Wade, you're up, free on deck.
Cool. Wade, dive, rolls out of the way, disengage action.
Go.
And then as he gets up, he like outstretches his arms and he says, Raven Queen, Alaki and I could really use your help right now. And the spiritual weapon comes out of the portal and slices through the one right there.
Hell yeah.
That tried to
Or
attack me.
spiritual weapon. Is that an attack roll, or does it just go on that turn?
It attacks on that turn. So let me cast it really quick. So it's a 12. There's a 12 hit.
12 does hit.
Oh shit. Okay, it takes 6 force damage. Then I did not expect that.
6 force damage on that one. Yeah, these oozes don't appear to have any armor at all. So are very easy to hit. As you hold out your hand and this small rift appears above the ooze, and then just the spiritual weapon just comes through. Not taking a penalty from it. It just does.
Mm-hmm. That's my turn.
Anything else on your turn? Great. Free, you're up.
Alright. Dissonant Whispers on this one. So it needs to make a wisdom save.
A wisdom save for the ooze. That's 9, so...
It would fail.
Yep.
So it takes 12 psychic damage, and it has to immediately use its reaction to move as far away from me as it can.
Okay. So, you lace out this string of arcane words that just... and you feel the ooze wobble a little bit, and then move 10 feet away from you.
Which also perhaps gives them an attack of opportunity.
Sorry, it goes 20 feet away from you, which is right there. It would give the monarch an attack of opportunity, so I will roll for him. He hits. He absolutely hits.
Hey, he did something.
So he's going to hit it with a greatsword, which is 8 points of damage. Okay, you watch as he grabs the greatsword and swings around, and it cuts straight through the thing, not dealing any damage, surprisingly enough, as the ooze itself splits into 2 smaller versions of itself.
Yup.
Oh, lovely.
That's why I'm glad I didn't use the short sword.
She's not gonna draw the long sword.
And his greatsword also takes a -1 because it's not magical. Great. So, Free. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah. She'll move over to Wade for a second. Kiss him on the cheek and be like, "Don't miss, darling," and then book it back around this pillar.
Great. Awesome. That's
Bardic
Free's turn.
inspiration.
Thyra, you're up.
Kind of messed up what I was gonna do, but I'm gonna do it anyways. So I'm gonna take my axe of the matriarch and kind of swirl it in a circle above my head before I kind of holster it over on my back with my other axe, and I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians with it.
Awesome. That is a 30-foot radius, remind me?
15.
15-foot radius,
30-foot
30-foot diameter. Gotcha. So that appears.
And I'm gonna stay where I'm gonna stay where I am.
Great.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Go ahead, stay where you are. Awesome. Finishing Thyra's go. It's Duel. Duel is... Duel's going to send out... He's going to do... I guess I'll just do another magic missile. But he'll do his at level 2. Saving that 3rd level. So, and he'll do it on the one plaguing... I'll do it on one plaguing Kyphine, because it's right there. So 3... That's cocked. 4, 7, 9, 10, plus 4. 14 points of damage to that one. On left. And then he is going to back up
right now.
30 feet to the center of the room. Following him is the Monarch. The Monarch, realizing that he can't do things to this because of his weaponry, is instead... He's gonna wedge himself between Thyra and the ooze. He's gonna pull out his shield and just hold it there. Top of the round.
Now ain't that sweet?
Isabel, you're up.
Wheat, realizing that this thing eats armor and eats weapons, and she likes her armor and her weapon, is going to... Yeah, that's, a lot, though. She's going to disengage. She's
Okay.
going to move over here. That's all she can do for this turn. She's no bonus attacks or anything like that, so she's going to show up by duel and be like, "Alright, don't get up close. Know that now."
Great. So, start of their turn. That one has to make a wisdom saving throw, I believe, Thyra?
Yes.
A wisdom saving throw for it. An 11.
Misses. Yes.
Go ahead and roll your damage for that.
And it'll be radiant damage. So that's 12. 12 radiant.
Radiant damage. Awesome. Yeah, there's that one. It gets rattled by the spiritual bears that start swirling around it, that now plague it. That one next to you, Thyra, is going to make an attack at the Monarch. Completely misses. It just hits the shield, and as it pulls away, the shield does not appear to be taking any corrosion from it.
Just to paint a bit, you know.
This one is going to move up here, and this one's going to move up here. And
Fuck.
Isabel, one of them is going to attack you.
Oh. Or is that
Or-
after I move there?
Step back.
Yep.
A 17 to hit.
That is my AC.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yay.
Plus 21 points of acid damage.
Oh boy.
And your armor, or your AC is reduced by 1.
Got it.
The one next to Duel is going to attack him. Rolled a natural 2, so that misses. Duel just kind of steps out of the way, barely avoiding it, and is not happy right now. This one is going to move 20 feet along, but cannot quite reach him. That's their turn.
I have so little health now. I'm fucked. That fucked me up. I have 16.
Same. I have 9
Yeah.
Alakian,
out
you're
of
up.
66. Fuck. Alright, bonus action, I'm gonna pop this fucking potion of healing.
Sure.
Gonna fucking... Alright. No, I didn't want to do that. No! Fuck. Hang on. I fucked up. Okay. 2d4 plus 2. 1, 2. Alright, so that's 8 points of healing. Whoa!
Awesome.
Still probably fucked. And then for my action, I'm going to pull up my longbow and actually use one of the arrows that fucking Asmund gave me, the unbreakable arrow. And use one of those. And then I will shoot it at the one next to Thyra.
Thyra. Sure thing. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Bang. That is a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay, that is 9 points of piercing damage.
Awesome.
And then 8 points of sneak attack for a total of 17.
8 points of sneak attack. Yeah. It's reacting to the impact, but it is still standing.
Mhm.
Anything else from you, Lakin?
And then I'm going to move farther along the wall.
Okie dokie.
Move 30 feet along the wall. So right here.
Great. It's now Kaifin's turn. Wade, you're on deck.
Mhm.
Kaifin is... She's going to burn a second level to cast Shatter at this one in front of her. So it's going to take a save. Totally fails. And thus takes 3d8 thunder damage. 7, 16. 16 points of thunder damage on that one. And then she's going to use her bonus action to inspire Isabel. You watch as she strums the harp, and these sort of arcane notes begin to float out of the air and encircle you a little bit. That's her turn. Wade, you're up.
I'm first going to command my spiritual weapon to attack the one on the left of Izzy.
Go for it.
You move it over one and attack the one on the right, you get advantage.
Oh,
I don't think that works with a spiritual weapon. I don't believe so.
Okay.
I tried.
Yeah, no, it's all right. I just wasn't sure. 25 for 7 force damage.
That hits. That one takes a hit.
How's that little one looking?
It's an ooze. The spiritual weapon just carves
looks
into
like
it.
an ooze.
And you trap some of the ooze underneath of it, and the rest of it just sort of separates and reforms around the weapon.
And then
It looks jiggly.
seeing that, I finger gun a few magic missiles. Pew pew pew. One at the one to the left of Izzy, and 2 to the one to the right.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So that's 4 to the one to the left.
Yep.
Sometimes I don't get how this thing works. It's supposed to be a first level. I don't know why it cast it.
I got you.
My bad.
It's
Let's roll 1,
yeah.
4. So 4
Do 2d4.
to 4 to the one on the right, and then an additional 2. So 6 to the one to the right.
Great. Yeah. The arcane bolts just go out and sort of encompass around Duel and Isabel and straight from behind. That's it.
Wait. Yeah, that's I'm just gonna take a little bit of a safe step back.
Sure.
I
Sure
see
thing.
this other ooze kind of coming this way a little bit.
Great. So Wade, that's you. Free, you're up. Thyra on deck.
All right. She'll step out. And Izzy is in the middle of the fight, so Izzy gets a healing word.
Thank you.
Sit. And then that was her bonus action. Action, she'll cast the Vicious Mockery as a cantrip on that
How much
guy.
do I get healed, by the way?
Yeah,
Six.
you're
Six. Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, so Vicious Mockery is a wisdom save.
Yes.
So from that one, that's an 8.
That is a fail. 4 psychic damage. And since it probably doesn't speak a language, she just blows a raspberry at it.
Sure. You blow the raspberry at it, and you watch as it sort of like almost turns and then wobbles back in the same motion that your tongue did.
That's fantastic. And then she just goes back to hiding, sort of.
Disadvantage on attacks?
It will
Next
have
attack?
disadvantage on its next attack.
Yeah, next attack roll.
Kitchen.
Before its next turn, but I'm pretty sure they're after her. Or soon
Uh,
after her.
They're
it
after
goes back to-
Isabel.
Yeah.
So
And that's it.
that's Free's turn. Thyra, you're up.
Does the why can I not remember his name?
The Monarch?
Yeah. Does he look like he hasn't been hit, right?
He hasn't been hit this fight. He got hit last fight.
How tall is he? Am I taller than him?
He's like 6'3".
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm taller than him. I'm gonna lean down and give him a kiss on the cheek. You go ahead and be a hero. And I'm gonna take a step back. Yeah, so I can get at least 2 of the oozes, and I'm gonna shoot a healing word at Izzy.
Right?
So she'll get another 6.
That
Another
is 6 for
healing.
Isabel. Awesome. Great. That's Thyra's turn.
Nobody's allowed to kill you but me.
It's now Duel's go. Okay, Duel is... yeah, he's just going to do another magic missile at... He'll do it at first this time, because he's starting to run low on spells a little bit. So that's 3 bolts. He's going to send all 3 into the one right next to him.
Check.
So 1, that's 3, I lost one before. 3, 4, that's 8 plus 3, so 11 points of damage to that one. Yep. And he cannot leave the vicinity because it'll get an attack opportunity against him, so he's going to stay there and he's going to yell at Isabel to kill them. Pretty much.
Only hit both of them, but it would hit him too.
The Monarch is going to stay exactly where he is. So, top of the round, Izzy, you're up.
First thing that happens is Thyra gets a message in her brain from Chaos saying, Izzy has informed me to say that she wishes to apologize. And then she's gonna look at Duel, look at these 2 little things, and say, apologies in advance, and I'm going to sword burst. So I need Duel and the oozes to make a dexterity saving throw.
Great, we'll do the oozes first.
Fucking
First
hell.
ooze on your left gets an 8.
That's a fail.
The one on the right gets a 6.
That's also a fail.
And Councilman Duel
Please let him succeed.
gets a 15.
That's a fail.
God damn it.
My damage is it's the 17. He doesn't take a lot of damage, but he takes 2d6
Sure.
for 9 against it's force damage. So 9 against all of them.
9 against all of them. Great. So against him, and then the 2 little ones each take. Yeah, you watch as you like sort of curl into a ball and just these spikes come out of you, and you hear this. Okay. From
He hears a
Duel.
voice in his head says, "Easy would like to apologize, but I don't like."
Awesome. That's Isabel's turn. That wasn't her. Okay, great. So the one next to the monarch is going to attack him again. Appears to bounce off the shield once more. You see it reaches straight towards him in a pretty good location, but the shield comes through and is really hard to get past. The one next to Izzy and Duel. The one on the left's going to attack you, Isabel, as it was. For 23 to hit.
Yeah, fuck. Okay. Hate you.
So, Isabel, you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sweet.
Plus 8 points of acid damage.
Oh boy.
What?
And your armor
I'm
takes
okay.
a -1 to it.
Yeah, my armor class is one above my old armor class. This armor has been useless.
What is your AC right now?
15.
So you've taken -3?
Taking -2.
Okay, got you.
Wait, did it alright? Yes, it did.
The one next to Duel is going to attack him for a 10. He's very lucky because his AC is 11.
Jesus.
And the one on the right here sees its first target and it's going to go after him. It's going to attack Duel.
I
For
could have
natural
moved
20.
up and... Oh, I didn't have to hit duel with that. Is he natural 20?
Natural 20 against
Mhm.
Duel.
Oh.
Did they make their wisdom saves?
The other ones, yeah.
Wait, the
The
little one,
big
yeah.
one had disadvantage on its attack.
That's a good point. So neither of them made their wisdom saves, Sarah. His disadvantage cancels the crit, but it still hits.
Well, that's
Kid
better than
Cunning
nothing.
Words?
You can cunning words it if you like.
Okay, let's see.
You got a 21 to
D-
hit, so
I have to get a. Oh, it's still hit. Never mind.
Yeah.
Because
I'm trying to find my thing to.
Okay, I might cutting rolls the damage. The dead then.
sure.
So whoever failed takes 13, and if anybody succeeded, they take half as much.
Okay, so this one on the right, you see the bears roll through it and it just splatters and it's gone. The one on the right, sorry, the one on the left splatters and gone. The one on the right is still standing. And so it gets its attack off of an uneasy. And the one on Duel hits him. So he takes 8 bludgeoning. Plus 26 acid.
That is 35 total.
You
35
take
total.
6 less damage.
Okay. So he takes 29 points of damage. And his AC is reduced by 1.
How's he doing?
Duel's looking a little bit rough. A
Cool.
little bit rough.
I give me, who's at like I'm at 12, give him a thumbs up. I'm like,
His armor goes down to 10. Which, I can't believe this fucking happened. The armor is destroyed if the penalty reduces its AC to 10. The Duel gets naked. Just... His mage robes just start corroding away
Yeah.
and fading.
God damn it.
He does have clothes on underneath, but because he's a wizard and he couldn't shield that,
would that reduce his armor then?
yeah, he's got no armor anymore.
Okay.
His AC was 10, or was 11, and it fades if it's reduced to 10.
Okay.
so-
Well, like, alright.
Yeah, Duel's AC is now what? Dex plus proficiency? Is that what it is?
Dex
It's
plus
just
10.
Dex. It's just, yeah, it's Dex plus
Dex
10.
plus
Dex
10,
mod plus
10 is-
10.
Yeah.
Dex plus 10.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's
what kind of armor was he wearing before?
he was wearing just wizard robes,
So
Okay.
no armor. So yeah.
He was wearing no armor.
so he's wearing no armor.
So would his AC
yeah.
have even gone down?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah, he had an
thinking.
AC of 11, and it went down to 10.
But
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 why?
how?
He's not wearing armor.
No, he's not. Armor's not burning away. He's just. Was he not as fast now?
His clothes burn away a little
Okay.
bit. That's what
Sure.
happens. He essentially doesn't have armor.
Gotcha.
He naked.
Yeah, he naked.
He naked.
Let us see Duel's glorious ass.
You don't see his ass. He's wearing stuff underneath. It's just that the robes, the mustard-colored robes that he is so famous for wearing, start to have big holes in them that it no longer functions.
I look at the music, go for the ass.
Great. That's their turn. Alakian, you are up.
All right. The small one next to Duel and Izzy. I am going to. Oh, fuck. What do I want to do here? I'm gonna shoot an arrow at it. One of the unbreakable arrows.
Go for it.
That's a 21 to hit.
Hits.
That is 8 points of piercing damage and 14 points of sneak attack for a total of 22.
You knock the arrow back and shoot, and it basically just pierces straight through, hitting the wall off the other side, as the ooze just begins to wobble and fade and just disperse into this black puddle on the ground.
Cool.
Also dead.
Bonus action. Yeah, actually, I think that's all I got. Never mind. Yep, that's all I got. Actually, I'll bonus action hide because fuck it. I'll just hide it against the shadow of the wall.
Sure. No roll is needed.
Okay.
It's an ooze. Great, so that's your turn. Following up is Kaifine. Kaifine is... Who's looking rough right now?
I have 17. Izzy has 12.
I have 12. How's Duel looking?
Duel's looking rough, but he's out of her range, so she's going to go back to this pillar. Then she'll just sit there,
Sure.
basically. Wade, it's your turn.
Okie dokes.
Go for the big one, Wade. Oh, I shut up.
The spear will. It's gonna go for the little one.
No.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
Sure. 15 for 7 force.
That hits. It is still standing.
Son of a. Okay. And I kind of to do a bardic inspiration. Do I call it before the roll or after?
You can call it after the roll is done,
Okay.
but before you know if it hits,
Copy
essentially.
that. So I light up a fire bolt in my hand and I chuck it at the big one.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
15.
15 hits.
Yeah. So that's 8 fire. I wish it was that crit. That would have been nice.
Yeah, I saw that green. I'm like, ah!
Yeah, you send the fireball towards it, and it seems to catch inside somewhere, leaving a small hole through the front that is then covered.
Cool. That's it.
Great. Bree, it's your turn.
Oh boy. A lot of people are not looking so good. Healing word for Councilman Joel.
Your thing.
6.
6. Great.
And then another raspberry for the ooze. And I think this
Sure.
will save.
A wisdom save from it. Why do I even bother? It's not bad, but it's still like a 12.
Fail.
It's also its mother. Everything hates
What's
that.
their modifier, Equa?
I'll tell you
-2.
afterwards.
Okay.
You already
I'm
said
just
it's
curious.
-2.
Great, yeah. You blow the raspberry at it, and it seems to take somewhat, but it's still standing.
Okay. It's your turn.
Great. Thyra, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up. To, here. To get them both in my aura, and I'm going to use my bonus action and wild shape into a polar bear.
Cool. Sure. You're getting a regular bear for token. I'm gonna need you to make like a whole bunch like random animals. That's how it's gonna end up working.
Yep. Welcome to Druids.
We'll put you right there.
But my aura's still up.
Yes, it is.
And I am going to bite and claw at the one in front of Izzy.
Sure, go ahead and roll for an attack.
So that's a double nat 20.
You go ahead and bite into it, and with that bite, the form just sort of softens and liquefies. You do take in your bear form 8 points of acid damage, but that one disappears.
Well, then I would move over a little closer to this one.
Sure thing.
But I would have clawed at it, but a 9 would miss. So
A 9 would not miss.
Oh. So it takes 10 damage.
Takes 10 damage.
God damn.
Nice, yeah. You should go ahead and rake your claws into
You said
it.
I took 8 damage from that other one?
Yeah, you took 8 damage.
Okay.
Your claws are slashing damage. So in actuality, you go ahead and throw the claws down, making no impact. But you do
they're magical. If it's to bypass the resistance.
It does not. You do take another 7 acid damage from that one.
That's fine.
As the ooze sprays into your face. Great, and that's Thyra's turn. So, it's now Councilman Duel's turn. Councilman Duel, in a fury, is... he's going to use Burning Hands on this ooze. Has to make a dex save. Nope. And then it takes 4,
I don't know what dex save is.
9, 10. It is still standing. As Duel rubs his hands together and focuses them out, and this spray of fire out in this cone just comes from within his hands towards the ooze. Still standing though. Okay, it's now the Monarch's turn. The Monarch is just going to run up behind Duel but cannot do anything more. And Isabel, you're up.
How you gonna do this?
Is he just gonna look at this thing and just get fucking mad? And like you see like in her neck like veins start like to bulge and like grow black as she does Toll the Dead and screams in this thing's face. Roll a wisdom save.
That's a 7.
That's a fail. You take 2d12.
No roll is needed because it does have 1
11.
HP.
Oh, nice.
As you go ahead and scream at it, the sonic energy coming from your mouth seems to almost disperse a hole straight through the middle of it. And as the hole becomes ever apparent and just straight through, the form fails to regain shape and just splatters into nothing and is gone.
Yeah, her like pull up her face is the black veins, and like the eyes have gone like red and black as well.
Yep. You are now out of combat.
Oh, fucking hell.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around the room and pick up my 2 arrows that I shot.
Sure.
Unbreakable arrows.
Yup.
They are not broken.
Because they're magic.
I go grab the stick on this thing and help him like roll out of the acid pool. Be like, don't touch it with your hands, man.
I'm gonna make bear noises at Duel and the Monarch.
Yeah, you make some bear noises and the Monarch just puts his hand on. Alright, well done. Duel, stressed out and a little angry, just sort of scoffs at the whole thing and begins walking over to the altar to see what was there.
Free,
I'll
darling.
follow him.
I'll walk with him and keep my aura around him. I don't know how long it lasts.
Yes, is he?
Do you have mending as a spell?
No.
I
Do
do.
you have can you mend your armor, mend my armor?
That's the plan. As soon as we figure out if we're safe and we can take a rest, that's the plan.
My aura stays up for 10 minutes. I'm gonna keep it around Duel if he's gonna be playing.
Okay.
Yep. I'm gonna follow him over to the altar as well to try and figure it out.
Duel takes a look around the altar. Do you point out the lever?
I do.
He goes ahead and puts his hand down for the lever and yanks it. And the wall behind you guys just seems to slowly slide open, revealing inside yet another brazier and writing on it in some text that you don't understand.
Can I go up to it and see if I can understand it?
Can anybody understand it?
None of you can understand it because it is the same type of writing that was on the seal, the doorway up above.
Was there a bard friend? I knew bard friend's name.
Caffeine.
Caffeine.
Caffeine. Sweetheart, please. We're all very tired. And you're magical and smart. Please help us.
Yes, of course. And she begins to walk around and she starts reading the text on the wall. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. So, we're going to end it there. Well done, you guys.
Is he so sad about her new armor? She's just like, I got this the other day.
As a note here, that armor will not mend. It is permanently damaged, and you can't get it back.
Oh,
Both his and mine.
Yep, both of yours as well as your rapier is now down one from
You can
its
mend the
total
rapier?
modifier. Nope, can't.
What? You can't use mending spell? The mending can't trip?
Nope, you cannot. I'm afraid.
This is the best way to fuck with a low-level party. When they
I'm
can't
gonna look.
afford to
I hate
fix
it.
their
I'm
shit.
gonna look at the monarch and be like, "Can you pay for our armor when you get back, please?"
We'll get to that next session. So, we'll be back here next Monday to continue the story.
So mad.
As always, check out Rhyme on Wednesday and Fandover on Sunday. And follow us on all the socials listed in the description or on the Twitch chat. Let's keep making stories together, and we'll see you next Monday.